to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. So,
but there were folks.
I have to take care of my flock.
But listen, we live in. There's a constitution, the First Amendment, to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me though.
I don't think so, especially those ICE agents. No,
Yeah, well,
no, they're terrorists. They're traitors.
Thank you guys. Thank you for your service.
Today we had the honor to protest with Nikema Armstrong and the Racial Justice Network. Just like Jesus did, we went into that church and we flipped tables peacefully. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are your people? Why are you not at Whipple every day fighting for the humanity, standing for our people? Where are you? You drink your coffee, you got your jewelry, you have your nice clothes, but what do you do? What do you do to stand for your Somali and Latino communities? You have no comment. Exactly. As you can see, all these pretend Christians, all these comfortable white people who are living lavish, comfortable lives while children are dragged into concentration camps.
Wait. So once again, we got to talk about Donna Lemonade, who is currently in a lot of hot water over invading a church with a bunch of woke domestic terrorists. I mean, let's just call it what it is, right? This was domestic terrorism. Let's not mince words about what we all saw. They invaded a church. They refused to leave. They were trespassing because they was protesting on behalf of illegal immigrants against ICE and for Renee Good, okay? And Donna is receiving a whole lot of backlash, right? The backlash is now building. You have...
Donna is receiving backlash, as we knew would be. All we got to do is just stay calm and wait and see what's what. Because Donna, as BCP likes to call her, wants to backtrack like y'all didn't document it all for the internet to see, right? Shout out to all of y'all that are back. I see you. I appreciate you. Please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. Now, we do have to talk about Megyn Kelly. We're going to get to Megyn Kelly. And the funny thing is, I got something else for y'all that we talked about briefly that I said would happen because y'all be knowing. I tell y'all what I know. I tell you what I don't know. And yet again, I will be proven right, but I'll make sure I show you in a little bit. But we're going to watch BCP because now, it seems like Donnie is trying to say, this is a racist, not racism for the win, child. How come you're not standing on business, Donnie?
Individuals like, for example, Nicki Minaj, who spoke out against Don Lemon. Don Lemon responding to Nicki Minaj. He's clearly not happy. Nicki had some choice words for him. Take a look.
So people have been asking me about responding to Nicki Minaj's unhinged, homophobic tweet about me. I usually don't respond to this stuff, but let me just say this. Nicki Minaj, stop talking about shit for which you know nothing about. This is out of your depth, by the way, and you are a homophobic bigot. You don't care about African Americans. You're not an African American, from what I know.
Ooh, so now we want to call Nicki names, jump on that bandwagon because somebody had the nerve and the audacity to talk about your punk ass. Now you want to come at Nick. Oh, Don cares about blacks, y'all. Don is for the blacks. Donnie says, I love the blacks. We love the blacks. They're the blacks. Shout out to the blacks. Shout out to Gotham City God, who brought this nice little thing up right here to show and prove the same shit from earlier today that I was talking about how these Negroes be out here running y'all's pockets, not y'all, be out here running y'all's pockets. You be following behind them like fucking puppies. And they over here with the oppressor. Shout out to the white people. Calm the hell down. Just be quiet and chill. They over here with the oppressor. With the racist. Because white people are racist. How? Cam over here with, child, what is his name? Child, what is his name? Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. Dougie over here getting a nanny pregnant, proven. Dougie over here allegedly knocking the other girlfriend between the washer and the dryer. But remember, y'all, sassy straights, were supposed to go ahead and have him be the face of men. Y'all was supposed to be like him. They wanted to ignore all that, and then all that shit came out, and they want to continue to ignore it. But y'all, we heard. We synced it, okay? We still want to know where that baby went with regard to the nanny. Child, we got babies for days that we need to be looking for. But y'all was supposed to be like him. Y'all supposed to be like Dougie. He was supposed to be the first gentleman, and y'all was supposed to mimic yourselves after him. They try to lie and say that Cam is black. All right, let's go ahead with that dumb narrative. So it's okay for Cam to be married to the white man? But Cornel West can't be married to his non-black woman. It's a problem? So Cornel West, one of the smartest black men ever, can't be married to his non-black wife, but Cam can be married to her white husband. Gotta turn the fan on already. Where they do that at? How that work? How that work? Do you see black people where we have issues? Then you got Donnie Boy, who y'all following behind with his white husband. But he's black and he gonna have the nerve to talk about what Nicki Minaj can and cannot say and do and what y'all need to be doing in the name of black. Y'all supposed to listen to Donnie while he over here sweating with this white man. I don't care if they getting divorced. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. Forget all that, child. Y'all should listen to Donnie. Don't listen to Smart Cornel West. Don't vote for Smart Cornel West. Don't prop up Cornel West since he was the actual black candidate. Forget all that. Then you got Whoopi Goldberg, which we know she was over there in the milk, child. But we don't care about her. Then there's Ilya, whatever the hell that is. I don't know if he's white or what, but whatever it is, he not Ilyanish. I'll just say that. Not at all. But child, overlook all that. It's okay. It's okay, child. And then allow Donnie Boy to be out here to do whatever he want and then allow him to allegedly lie his way out of it. And y'all gonna let that stand. I'm gonna show y'all how I know that they, not y'all, gonna let that stand. But come on, child.
No, you are reportedly an undocumented citizen, so you should be deported under Donald Trump's rules. And the other thing is that your family members, you have one family member who's reportedly a sex offender, the other family member, your husband or whatever, a sex offender is your husband, and one of them is reportedly a pedophile. And you have nerve to talk about me and what you think that I do?
Yes, because you want someone to talk about you, just like the biatches that be on tickety damn talk. Then all of a sudden, when it's something that you don't like to hear, now you gonna be offended? I know you effing lying. Not you being offended, Donnie, when you just ran up in a daggone church, which I know damn well you know better than that. But the clicks, likes, and the views are the most important thing because you're a loser that lost your job over there, CNN, MSNBC, whatever the hell it was. So now you're out here doing whatever it is that you can, as desperate as you are, to stay fucking relevant. And black people will allow that shit. I'm gonna show you in a second. Black people will allow this bullshit for a motherfucker married to a white man talking about black, and racism. Well, if it's so bad with the racism, y'all, how come all these people that's telling y'all to be worried about racism is fucking or married to people who are white? I need somebody to help me understand how that make any sense. Oh, yeah, that's right. If it's Eve, it's okay. If it's Serena, it's okay. If it's Venus, it's okay. You see all the picking and fucking choosing, and you wonder why black people can't get nowhere? Can't stand on shit. Can't stand on shit. But let it be one of you sassy straights and you bring home a white woman or you get up on this internet and you talk about how you like the white woman, the Brazilian woman, the Colombian woman, or whatever them other women are over there where y'all passport growing it up. And that will be a problem. How dare y'all? You better pay your child support. You better stay right here and take care of your mama. You must hate your mama because your mama black. You know all that bullshit. Come on, Donnie, what you got to say?
Nicki Minaj, get a life. Stop being a pick-me. You should have put a pick-me doll on that damn tweet instead of a Chucky doll because you
sound just like a woman to me. Ain't that what the women say? Shout out to me. Pick me number one over here. But it'll be a problem because it's Don Lemon or because Nicki Minaj is saying it, right? Y'all love throwing all these insults out at other black people because at the end of the day, we're going to go ahead and allow Donnie to be black. Y'all was all for Nicki Minaj before she went over there and started talking to Erica, excuse me, Kirk. Now all of a sudden you got a problem with Nicki damn Minaj. You got a problem with anybody that doesn't say that they hate Donald Trump. You got a problem with anybody that says anything that don't go along with y'all's narrative, but y'all don't like people to tell y'all what to do. Let's not act like we don't know how it goes. You know damn well that black people can't stand to have people tell them what to do. Say I'm lying. Y'all already know.
I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. You heard what I said? Because I'ma tell you. You're not gonna tell me. I'ma tell you.
Where the hell you think we got that shit from? Child, we already know. But y'all go ahead and support Donnie. Support Donnie.
You are nothing but a pick-me. And I choose not to pick you. And so should black people and so should gay people. Shouldn't buy your music.
Oh, so he can say black people and gay people should not pick Nicki Minaj. Black people and Donnie gets to say that black people and gay people should not pick Nicki Minaj. First of all, that shit pick me is what women say. Let's be honest. Pick me is typically what women say. Donnie, this all you got? I guess he thought he ate with this. I guess he thought he was dressing somebody down. You sound crazy. You sound crazy. But let's go ahead and allow Donnie to say whatever it is that he wants while y'all upset after you saw this man go into a church, which you know damn well, black people, y'all not supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to be disrespecting the church. Y'all know damn well, I don't care. Y'all know you're not supposed to do that, but y'all gonna support Donnie. Just because Nicki Minaj had the audacity and the nerve to say something about this nigga, now all of a sudden, you still can't stand her, but you're gonna go along with this man who's married to a white man. Y'all cry about racism every 15 seconds. But you can absolve him, right? Of course. And the fake black woman Cam, of course.
Clock that.
Child, what man, all the sassy straights, do y'all say clock that? Is that something that men do? Clock? I don't even do it. But y'all might be a man. Clock that? Is that what y'all be doing? Clock that. Clock that.
So what you just witnessed there is Don Lemon activating every single Infinity Stone of wokeness in his possession in order to fight back against the backlash that he is receiving. Okay, and I got to tell you guys, he's going to need those Infinity Stones of wokeness because apparently the Trump administration, they're investigating Don Lemon. Okay, not just for violations of the FACE Act, but also violations of the KKK Act as well too. This is what Harmeet Dillon, the civil rights head at the DOJ, had to say in an interview with Benny Johnson about the possibility of pressing charges against Don Lemon and the domestic terrorists that invaded that church. Take a look.
We will pursue charges in this case. I see various crimes that have occurred. Exactly what they are, I'm not going to flag, but the FACE Act has been mentioned as one of the predicates there. In other cases, the Biden DOJ used the Klan Act conspiracy charges tacked on to the FACE Act in the case of protests outside abortion clinics to bring much longer sentences. So there are a number of tools available to us. Who funded this? What else? What other crimes may have occurred? Was there a use of the wires or the mails in preparing for this event? Did anyone cross state lines to do this? All of those are potential predicates for additional federal charges.
I mean, I've just pulled up the Klan Act because this is the first time that I've heard this mentioned. This is a act that was passed in 1871, correction there, to combat the Ku Klux Klan and protect African Americans' voting rights, especially the Enforcement Act, which is known as the Force Act. So here's some of the information on screen. Would you mind breaking down for us, because we have just read the FACE Act and how this is an affinity to the FACE Act, an obvious and egregious demonstrable violation of the FACE Act because they were entering a place of worship, harassing and threatening. We just played a video of a bearded man who was threatening to attack the Christians that were worshiping there. So it seems like an obvious FACE Act violation. But the Klan Act here, it is on screen. First time I've heard it mentioned. Can you unpack this for us, Army?
Yeah, the Klan Act is one of the most important federal civil rights statutes, and it goes back to the time when President Lincoln emancipated the slaves, and yet the southern states, Dixiecrats mainly, were refusing to give them equal rights. And in fact, that you had sheriffs and you had law enforcement harassing the newly freed slaves. So
now all black people should be down for this, right? Because that's what y'all talk about. It's only been 400 years since slavery. Things are tight and tough. Nothing has changed. We got to fight all this racism, white supremacy. Y'all should be down for this, right? Y'all should be down for this, right? I expect to hear y'all down for this. And if you see your boy Donnie go against this, you should be here saying, yes, arrest his ass for this shit. Definitely for the other thing. Definitely that white man that we saw, period. Get it done. Get it done.
The Klan Act is a law that makes it illegal to terrorize citizens, to violate their civil rights, to get together and conspire to violate the civil rights. It is often used against law enforcement, but is now used against others as well. So whenever anyone conspires to violate the protected civil rights of American citizens, the Klan Act can be used to bring a conspiracy charge. We, in the federal law enforcement parlance, call this 241 and 242 civil and criminal conspiracies. And so what the Biden administration did is, if 3 grandmas got together to pray outside an abortion clinic for the souls of the people inside, and including unborn children, they would say, oh, that's not just a violation of the Klan Act, that's a conspiracy to violate the civil rights of women going in there to get abortions. And so we're going to add additional charges and punish that more and make it from a misdemeanor under the FACE Act to a felony under the Klan Act. And President Trump pardoned the pro-life protesters in those cases. I have recently defended successfully in the 11th Circuit a case called Oropesa, a case of Jane's Revenge, the pro-abortion protesters violently attacking crisis pregnancy centers in Florida. And we had the court uphold the Klan Act criminal enhancement.
Oh yeah, y'all definitely should be for this. This is your favorite thing, Roe v. Wade. All the feminists should be for this. All the women should be for this. Honestly, the ABCDs should be for this, because y'all been fighting for all these rights and all these things that are against women and my body, my choice and all that stuff. What happened? I mean, we don't know. But listening to this, everybody should be on board. Everybody non-white for sure should be on board. I wonder how that's going to go through. And Joe Biden used it? Because y'all love Joe Biden. Y'all know y'all forgot all about the crime bill. Nothing Joe Biden did was wrong.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
So y'all should be out here saying, yeah, get that done. Yeah, do it. Oh, but I have a feeling that you're not going to say that. I wonder why you all are not going to say that this time around.
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Again!
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Going, you're being a racist! Racist!
I could be wrong. But then y'all try to act like there's no such thing as TD fucking S. If you for black people and black people's rights and the Civil Rights Act and white supremacy, discrimination, breadlining, Jim Crow, all that's affecting black people, all these issues that we have is because of white people and all of these old things. Here you go, something to help y'all's asses out. And on top of it, for the feminists, for the whole white women, Roe v. Wade's. Your favorite thing, Roe v. Wade's. All y'all should be down for it. All of y'all.
To the FACE Act. So I know it's very deep in the weeds, but the point is there are a number of things. The FACE Act is just the start. Like I said, you have material support for disruptive activities. You have conspiracy to violate civil rights. You have potentially the use of other instrumentalities to commit crimes. And so some of these folks who did this have self-identified. Don Lemon himself has come out and said he knew exactly what was going to happen inside that facility. He went into the facility and then he began, quote unquote, committing journalism. And as if that's sort of a shield from being an embedded part of a criminal conspiracy. It isn't. And so, we're getting our ducks in a row. We're putting the facts together. And this is a very serious matter. Come next Sunday, nobody should think in the United States that they're going to be able to get away with this. Everyone in the protest community needs to know that the fullest force of the federal government is going to come down and prevent this from happening and put people away for a long, long time.
Yeah, so you've seen that, you heard that. You can't make this stuff up, right? This has been probably the greatest MLK day in the history of this country. Right? And you really think about it. We have a extremely liberal black gay man that potentially is facing charges under the KKK Act on MLK Day.
That's funny.
Hey, this timeline is amazing, right? You can't make this stuff up. So with that being said, we're going to see what happens. But again, the DOJ said they intend to charge Donald Lemonade and, again, his comrades under the KKK Act, right? The Ku Klux Klan Act. And these individuals are currently freaking out about this.
Yesterday, I went into a church with Nikema Armstrong and I protested these white supremacists. The pastor of the church is a fucking ICE leader in the city. How can you be a fucking pastor and be a fucking ICE agent? Fuck them. They want to come after me? Fuck them. Well, how can they live so comfortably while the fucking people from Somalia that are in this country legally, that have fucking citizenship, can't even go to their mosque and pray? How do they deserve any fucking different? Fuck those fucking Nazis. Come and get me, Pam Bondi, you fucking traitorous bitch. All power to the people.
Yeah, so you seen that, you heard that.
Nice. Yeah, he's somebody that should be out on the streets right about now. Okay, whatever. Just ruin your whole life. This is amazing. Just ruin all of your livelihood. Just ruin all of your credibility over what now? This shit ain't even about whether Somalians are legal or not. I see everybody has lost sight of what this was originally about. That would be fraud. Whether the Somalis legal or are not legal, I don't think that's who the ICE agents are going after. So they're in their mind confused about what the hell it is that they're fighting for, right? So he has it in his mind that this is about going after Somalis. It's got nothing to do with that. So he out here wilding out, potentially ruining his life, and all wrong. Are we surprised? Shout out to Ms. AB. I appreciate you. She said, I did laugh at the irony when I watched his video. Love it.
Okay, full-blown Marxist meltdown, okay? And now we have to react to Donald Lemonade being confronted by Botox Rogan here, Jennifer Welch, about the possibility of the DOJ intending to charge him under the Ku Klux Klan Act, which I think is perfect. So let's get into it.
Get to this nut cutting here, and I don't know how much of that you heard, but I think that style of church, that's the white nationalist style of church. That sect of evangelical Christianity has its rooting in the KKK, because the KKK was a religious movement for white nationalists. And I think this DOJ, via Pam Bondi, who wears her crucifix, who will not ever address anybody's suffering, they have a problem with those types of white people being confronted and called out on their hypocrisy. Furthermore, the staggering hypocrisy of Benny.
What is the hypocrisy? I'm trying to figure out what is the hypocrisy that this woman is talking about, because I have no clue.
I was going to say, I have no idea what she's talking about, but I just let her run because, girl, what are you talking about?
Whether the pastor is actually working with ICE, but it doesn't matter because there's no hypocrisy. These people who don't read the Bible, by the way, know nothing about the Bible, pretend as if the Bible calls for open borders. The Bible does not call for open borders, right? Yes, the Bible emphasizes compassion and mercy, even for those who are foreigners, okay, strangers in our land. Yes, it calls for that, but at the same time, it says, let every person be subject to the governing authorities, right? Romans 13:1.
So we just pick and choose out of the Bible with whatever the hell it is we think that we want to use in order to justify our criminal activity. Child, we know. We already know. That's exactly what they're doing. Amazing. That's exactly what they're doing. Thank you, Boo. She said MLK would be so proud. Crazy times we are in. The ancestors, child, the ancestors. Guess the ancestors. I wonder if the ancestors will be okay with you out here gallivanting around with white people. And again, I don't care. But child, if Don Lemon gonna go low, we're gonna go lower, child. Because you're not going to sit here in front of our faces and do what we saw you do, what you admitted you did, and then turn around and try to now say that it's racism? How's it racism? You with a whole ass white man. Why are you crying about racism now, child? So he's the one that should be technically be called to pick me at the end of the day. He over here talking about Nicki Minaj. Y'all was okay with Nicki when she was marrying a depophile. You was okay with Nicki when she was defending a low mester, meaning her brother. They both black, but Donnie is who y'all falling behind, a ABCD in bed literally with a white man while talking about racism. Child, you can't make this shit up. Welcome to 2026. What's the date of today? The 19th.
Have to follow the laws of the land, right? You got to follow the laws of the land. And we have immigration laws. Those laws have to be enforced. So these people who, again, have never read the Bible, never picked up the Bible, trying to tell Christians what the Bible says and trying to call out Christians for hypocrisy because they support enforcing the law is silly nonsense, right? If the church is working with ICE, they're out there trying to deport people who, one, are in the country illegally because they broke the law, right? Coming into the country legally. But first and foremost, they're going after the criminals. They're going after the thugs, the rapists, the gangbangers, the murderers. They're going after violent criminals. And there's nothing hypocritical about the church working with ICE in order to deport illegal immigrants, especially the violent criminals. At the end of the day, we have laws, and the Bible is very pro-law, order, and authority. So I don't know, maybe these leftists are reading the hippie Bible, right? But the actual Bible is not calling for what they claim, right? The actual Bible does not call for open borders, okay? There's a difference between treating illegal immigrants, okay, who are here in the country with compassion and all that good stuff, right? There's a difference between doing that and just not enforcing our laws at all, okay? Ultimately today, it is not cruel to...
Child, he can talk all he wants to. No shade against BCP. All this is about is Donald Trump. That's all it's about. And people really do need to go seek some damn help. If you're allowing one damn man to have so much control over you that you're doing shit that don't make no sense, not near no sense, and then want to try to turn around and try to act like it's white people, child, at this point, white people should be offended. If he's going to try to blame racism, yeah, white people should be offended. He's just pulling y'all in here. Just dragging. Who the fuck else is the racist? He's talking about white people. Y'all should be offended. So he's just gonna drag y'all all up into his bullshit that we just saw him do. It's recorded. It's all over Twitter and TikTok, I'm sure. I don't go to neither one of those places, but I'm just saying it's all over. It's all over damn YouTube. But now it's...
Round up the illegals and send them back to where they're from, right? We're not beating them, okay? We're not, making them slaves, okay? We're not starving them. We're not treating them wrong, right? We're not treating them as subhuman, right? We're not. Okay, I mean, we're giving them $1,000 to leave. I think it's more now. I think the Trump administration is like literally...
Child, didn't they give them plane rides if they wanted to go? They on horse. They got food stamps. They got welfare. They got Medicaid. And in New York, when they first got here, shout out to Bunker, they gave them money to get mopeds. They was doing gig work. They was delivering Uber Eats and all that type of stuff. Child, y'all don't remember? Child, we remember. We was watching it. We saw them cross over. We saw them cross over at Mexico. We synced it. We watched it. That's all right. Listen to Don Lemon, who whatever he need to do and say to get his ass out of trouble, he now gonna drag in whoever and take them down.
Paying them to leave, which I mean, in a lot of their countries, okay, that these illegals are from, hey, that's like a small fortune, right? To get paid $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 to self-deport. So again, there's nothing inhumane about it. But leftists see enforcing the law is inhumane, and we can never, ever, ever.
Oh. Let's put a pin in that part about allowing people to break the law. Okay, we're gonna revisit that.
Grant them that ground, right? That premise, which is that law enforcement is somehow inhumane or incompassionate. No, because their version of humaneness and compassion means opening up the borders and allowing everybody into the country better live here, and that's not compassionate because that hurts the American people. People are killed, raped, drugs are trafficked in this country. There are real negative externalities and consequences for open borders that these leftists refuse to acknowledge while they pretend as if they're good people or that they're the real Christians because they are pro-open borders. It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense.
DL Demon Queen Johnson breaking this story when he outed himself with the, the ads, targeted ads based on your Google searches. I think it's just really, really interesting. I think these MAGA men, they have like a hive mind. None of them are unique. None of them are.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like the liberal white woman, right? Like left is like yourself, right? There's nothing unique about you, right? You're the same as all the other liberal white women, deranged and detached from reality. Okay, what you see here, right? This right here, okay, this right here, and this right here. The biggest problem in our politics, right? The biggest problem in our politics. This right.
ABCDs and LWWs. George Clooney moved to France. Yes, he did. He moved. That's where Amal is from. I'm sure Donnie could leave if he wanted to, but he won't because, child, he ain't really scared. He's just trying to scare everyone else, just like Clown, just like Rowley, just like the rest of them. And, people fall for it and follow behind them. They deliver to the Democrats and they get paid and they get richer and richer. And Black people still continue to complain about the same shit every year, every 2 years, every 4 years, over and over and over again. And then say that it's white people's fault, that the fact that they follow Black people, who mostly are tethers, I'm just saying, tethers, ABCD, LWWs, LTMs.
Here and this right here, okay? It's a great representation of everything that's wrong with this country right now and why, things are not as great as they should be.
The alphas they think they are. They just all take their orders every day. What's Elon saying? What's Trump saying? And they have to bend and mold. And you are a prize for them, an independent, gay, Black, happy, successful man. And this is an attempt.
Gay, Black, happy, and successful.
To intimidate and beat you down.
I don't disagree with that. And I didn't hear the first part, but I think that there is obviously there's racism, and the whole point of it is that they're detaining people on the streets because of accents and the color of their skin, and they're also targeting people of color and Black people as well as brown people. So there is a certain degree of racism there, and there's a certain degree of entitlement. I think people who are in religious groups like that, it's not the type of Christianity that I practice, but I think that they're entitled, and that entitlement comes from a supremacy, a white supremacy, and they think that this country was
white supremacy. Oh, now he want to bust out the white supremacy. Was he thinking about?
This is amazing.
Was he thinking the white supremacy right here? Can you see the mouse? This picture right here with him and his husband. Was he worried about white supremacy when he was married to his husband? If they are divorced, then they divorced. But child, it was a time, child. He wasn't even trying to SYCBM. What's up with that? He gonna tell y'all what to do. He gonna tell y'all how you should feel. He gonna tell y'all about what's white supremacy and what isn't, what is racism and what isn't. And then he gonna go home to this white man and have a good old time, child. Must be nice that y'all follow these MFers that don't give a damn about you, pointed out to you over and over and over and over again, yet y'all will still follow this damn man. And this woman over here, because she allegedly Black, they can go be married to whatever white person that they want to be and then turn around talking about white supremacy. Well, then they supremed. What is it? They're supremacist. You're listening to the supremacist. Oh my God, is that a thing? Y'all out here listening to the supremacists. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. Shout out to Tip Network in the building. Thank you so much, boo. Hey, my sister, what's cracking? Ooh, Lord, help your people. I found out who the white supremacists are. Black people are listening to the supremacists, the supreme supremacist right here. Talking about white people, white supremacy and racism, then going home to the supremacist child. Shout out to Dr. Martin Luther King Day. Shout out to Dr. Martin Luther King Day. You're real racist right in front of your face, and y'all will still follow him over a cliff. Shout out to Donnie. But come on, let's get back to this LWW and LTM.
Built for them that it is a Christian country when actually we left England because we wanted religious freedom. It's religious freedom, but only if you're a Christian and only if you're a white male, pretty much. And so, yeah, I absolutely 100%.
He's got a problem with white males? Oh, yeah. He's telling y'all to have a problem with white males, not him, child. Child. He like it. He love it. He takes it. Allegedly.
But it's an intimidation tactic. And, I said, I don't understand how I become the face of it when I was a journalist. I do understand that I'm the biggest name there. And I'm also, as I was on with my producers this morning, you and Kylie talk all the time. My producers were saying, I said, how did I become the face of this? And my producer said, Don, you're a gay Black man.
No, because your face was out in the... Do I need to review the damn live stream we just did a few hours ago where his face was all up there? Come get this. Talking to the Black Lives Matter woman. The Black Lives Matter woman that's black out here fighting for white. And y'all okay with that. You over here listening to this LTM. ABCD talking about white supremacy while he go home to his supremacist nightly. Shares his money. Y'all was all mad when Kobe died, when he had a whole ass wife with whole ass black kids. All mad at that man, even though he died tragically. I don't know, women. I don't know how you could be upset about that shit, talking about black people don't get his money. His kids are black, they get his money. You hated Kobe for marrying Vanessa. Y'all hated Kobe for being with Vanessa. She BIPOC. Y'all should be okay with it. Pick and choose. She BIPOC. Because y'all pulled that out of your ass for Cam. You sticking her up our asses saying that she's black and she really BIPOC. Shout out to BIPOCs, right? Going home to the supremacists. Donnie, ABCD, LTM. Talking about white supremacy. White people are racist. Going home to the supremacists, cha. And y'all still listen to this shit. I think I missed somebody. Hold on a second. Thank you to the Tip Network. Shout out to all of y'all that are here. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you're new. GA, thank you, boo. Rip them a new one, Michon. And I will. They make it so easily. They make it so easy. All you got to do is look and pay attention. This man is crying racism. This man on the screen, this ABCD is crying racism, right? And yet he's with this man right here. Been with this man. White people are white supremacists. Well, he must like supremacy then, right? Is that not what that means? No? Oh, yeah, y'all can give him an excuse just like you can give Cam an excuse. Y'all gotta be scared about racism. Y'all gotta be scared about white people. Y'all gotta be scared about white supremacy, discrimination, and racism. This is what white people do. They hold shit over your head. That's why you can't get nowhere. Do. Hey, Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. Teach me how to Dougie. Like, Dougie, okay? You know what I'm saying. And I don't have to say it. That's all right, y'all. Not a problem.
In America. And you have a platform.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. This guy is so stupid, bro. CNN tried to sell us that this guy, Jim Acosta, right, and others who are now fired from the network were somehow fair and balanced, right? These were their neutral, straight down the middle anchors and journalists, right? Why is it that all of these individuals who claim to be neutral and straight down the middle, why is it that they left CNN when they got fired? They all became left-wing activists, right? Think about that. They tell us that, oh, well, see.
Black Cindy Brady.
We're neutral. We're unbiased, right? We just call it like it is.
Joyless Reed.
But every single last one of these individuals, they get fired from these networks. They go straight into left-wing activism. Amazing. Donna here really believes that he's receiving backlash because he's black and gay. That's not the reason why you're receiving backlash. You're receiving backlash because you literally filmed yourself committing an act of domestic terrorism, okay? Violating federal laws, trying to intimidate Christians who are worshiping in a church. That's why you're receiving backlash. Yes, you are the quote-unquote biggest name there, right? But you, being a former host on CNN, plus breaking federal laws and documenting yourself doing it, yeah, that's why you received a backlash. Not because you like to sleep with white men, okay? And not because you're black. Nobody cares about that. Only you care about that. But again, like I said,
No, we don't care about that until we have to point out your hypocrisy. I don't care who anybody sleeps with, but you're not going to sit here and talk about white supremacy, racism, and what white people do, and then turn around and go sleep with a supremacist. That's not what you're not going to do, and then try to sit up here and get out of what you did wrong, that you recorded what you were doing. Now want to try to sit up here and say now it's white supremacy and racism. No, you're a dumbass. That's what it is. This is what you wanted to do. Here are your rewards. And this is the thing. The Democrats love to do whatever they want to do. And then when they get in trouble, always cry racism and white supremacy. Always. When January 6th was happening, down with them. They all need to be arrested. It ain't right. And I don't disagree. I absolutely don't disagree. And they were getting arrested and they all went to jail. I don't care. Don't come for me with the he pardoned them because fuck y'all. Joe Biden went and pardoned his fucking son and everybody else for 10 to 15 years back for what they didn't do, mind you, but he did it. Because he wants to make sure that, listen, I don't know how you don't see that all these MFers ain't shit. And y'all waiting around for these MFers to do something for y'all's asses? That's what you really think is about to happen? You can absolve one easily. And then the next minute, not this one. There's no consistency with regard to anything. The only thing is consistent is your inconsistencies.
Activating every Infinity Stone of wokeness in his possession in order to shield himself from accountability, right? Classic. Classic. These people are so predictable.
And you're the biggest name. Of course, you're going to be the person that they single out and they're going to make the headline because it plays to their base. And their base is full of racist, bigoted homophobes, like Nicki Minaj, by the way.
Incredible. Incredible. She ain't white, though, right?
That is true. Nicki Minaj is not white, but let's go ahead and toss her ass in there because she had the nerve and the audacity to say something that you don't like. You are on tape. You are on tape. You are all over the internet.
She ain't white. So he can't use that. Maybe Nikki just called it like it is, right? Maybe she's telling the truth, God. I didn't see anything incorrect about her statement, right? I didn't see anything that Nikki said that was false, right? She accurately characterized your lifestyle, right? What you're into, okay? And what you did. So what you see here is Donna here in full-blown freak out because he could potentially be facing federal charges. I mean, look, I don't understand what Don is so concerned about.
All right. F. Don Lemon, shout out to BCP. Let's go over here, child. Because it's all fun and games, right? It's all funny and fun and games until it isn't, right? Excuse me. Nikki said, Don C. sucking lemon is disgusting. Wow. What did we have last week with Anton and Corey? Oh, SMD. Now we over here with CS. Lemon is disgusting. How dare you? I want that thug in jail. He would never do that to any other religion. Lock him up. Donnie did not like that, yeah. Donnie did not like that. So Ball Alert picked it up. And they said Don Lemon is not staying quiet. Look, and they tagged him in it. They didn't tag Nicki Minaj. The blogs, okay? The blogs that are mostly run by ABCDs or tethers that Black people get a lot of their news from and go right along with whatever it is that they're saying. Now everybody is supposed to not like Nicki Minaj because she went and talked to Erica Kirk. But then they're the same people that say that they don't want nobody telling them what to do, but they canceling people if they don't denounce or say negative things about Donald Trump. This is what's going on right now, right? After Nicki Minaj publicly attacked him over his coverage of a Minnesota church protest, that was not it. It was not just a Minnesota church protest. Has Timmy said anything? Anybody seen Timmy yet? Or Jakey? An Icefield director pastor, Lemon took to Instagram with a lengthy and aggressive response that quickly went viral. In the video, Lemon addressed Nicki directly, saying he normally avoids responding to online attacks. Let's listen to it, unfortunately.
Asking me about responding to Nicki Minaj's unhinged, homophobic tweet about me. I usually don't respond to this stuff, but let me just say this. Nicki Minaj, stop talking about shit for which you know nothing about. This is out of your depth, by the way, and you are a homophobic bigot. You don't care about African Americans, and you're not an African American. From what I know, you are reportedly an undocumented citizen, so you should be deported under Donald Trump's rules. And the other thing is that your family members, you have one family member who is reportedly a sex offender, the other family member, your husband or whatever, a sex offender is your husband, and one of them is reportedly a pedophile. And you have nerve to talk about me and what you think that I do? Nicki Minaj, get a life. Stop being a pick-me. You should have put a pick-me. So people have been asking me about responding to Nicki Minaj's doll on that damn tweet instead of a Chucky doll because you are nothing but a pick-me. And I choose not to pick you. And so should Black people and so should gay people. Shouldn't buy your music.
Oh, so Black people and gay people shouldn't buy Nicki Minaj's music because Donnie said so. Donnie out here breaking.
So people have been asking.
But listen to Donnie now. Okay, child. This is the close-up picture. Remember? Oh, this is a little girl too. When I said that it was a kid to be being held by his parent, that's what's going on right here with the close-up view. Nicki put this out here. Because they just said they have a peaceful protest, child. Peaceful protest running up into a church, a Black person running up into a church, wilding the F out. It's peaceful. You don't know. Child, this girl look like Sun Yi. Oh, Nikki said, true or false, arrest Don Lemon. Somebody wrote, this is the same man who goes home every day to his white husband yet parades himself as pro-Black, questioning Black people's authenticity and telling others to prove their Blackness while feeling bold enough to speak on Nicki Minaj. This is an alcoholic who was fired from a... Don Lemon is an alcoholic, allegedly. Did y'all know? Oh, no. Oh, no. Donnie is an alcoholic, allegedly. Did y'all know that? That's why he got fired from CNN. Is it CNN? I don't care. Wherever he got fired from, that nigga was fired. That's the bottom line. Oh, no. Don C. sucking lemon is disgusting. How dare you? I want that thug in jail. He would never do that to any other religion. Lock him up. But you know, when Nicki and Cardi B is going back and forth, there's not a problem with that. But now it's suddenly because it's about Donnie, now he got something to say.
This is an operation that is a secret.
Oh, well, look at it here. Here it all is.
That they invited folks out.
This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation.
This is your Black Lives Matter woman out here fighting for white people, and they will be the same people talking about white supremacy, discrimination, and racism in 15 minutes. Remember this. This is your Black Lives Matter. We've been looking for them for the longest time, looking for the NAACP, looking for the Congressional Black Caucus, for all these situations where Black people was in trouble. Where they at? Where they at? Nowhere to be found. White woman in trouble in Minnesota. Here comes your Black Lives Matter, child.
We show up somewhere. They don't expect us to come there. And then we disrupt business as usual.
So right now it's kind of mayhem.
Wait a minute, is that him narrating why he's inside of this church? Is that Donnie narrating why he is inside of that church? Not to mention what he was doing before they went inside of that church. But Nicki Minaj is your problem, Donnie? I don't think so.
We're not part of the activists, but we're here just reporting on them. Did they explain to you why they're here?
They did not.
They said that there's
Donnie so busy trying to get his exclusive, right? Trying to act like he doing something. Getting to the bottom of shit. Pause. I'm just saying.
someone here in Easterwood, someone who is a member of ICE, and he's a pastor of the church.
Our church had gathered for worship, which we do every Sunday. We asked them to leave, and they obviously have not left.
So this is what...
Imagine running up into the church and then starting to yell in people's faces, but then they're going to sit up here and try to talk about they're peaceful. They ain't had peace since 10 to 11 days ago, and Timmy, Illy, and Jakey are allowing that shit to happen. But blame Donald Trump.
The First Amendment is about the freedom to protest.
There's varying array of views in this church on politics of immigration. Recognize the complexity of the issue.
This is an operation that is a secret. This shows you just how divided America is. When you look at the
So in the middle of all this, he's making sure that he gets his moment. This shows how divided the United States is. Ninja, we already know. Ninja, we already know. But you wanted to get your exclusive? Exclusive it up. While crime racism, he about to go back home. I don't know if they're divorced. Let's just act like we don't know. To his white man, telling you what to do about being pro-black.
Protesters here, and then you look at the people there who are praying, and you know what was the interesting thing? If these two groups could just get together, they might figure out what to do.
I don't necessarily agree with everything that's going on in the Twin Cities right now, but I don't think it's good to fight fire with fire. I think it's good to speak up. I think it's good to protest, but I think it's better to do it in a peaceful way.
Yeah, that was interesting to watch. This guy here, look, hugging his kid. And you know, I've imagined it's.
He said it's interesting that the guy is hugging his kid. He said, "Oh, I think this is interesting. The guy is hugging his kid, child."
Uncomfortable and traumatic for the people here. They think you lost and this didn't accomplish anything, and you went into their house, the house of the Lord.
The reality is the house of the Lord is a place where love lives. It's not a place where you can have a pastor masquerading as the director for the field office of ICE in St. Paul.
This shows you just how divided America.
Child, this ninja. Let's get to the good stuff, child. I don't know what she said. I just know I saw it. It says, why arrest must happen after protesters and Don Lemon interrupt church service with Michael Knowles. I don't know who the hell he is. I don't care. I've been waiting for Megan. So we're going to listen to Megyn Kelly. All right, it's already up. Y'all hit the like button, subscribe if you are new.
I just think this is the line beyond which we cannot allow them to cross. I don't care if it takes the National Guard, if it takes all of Pam Bondi's DOJ, if it takes President Trump personally making a visit to this church. I don't care what has to be done, but this is the red line and they've crossed it.
Yes, of course, Megan. My thought during your excellent monologue was, Megan, how do you really feel? Will you please tell us how you really feel here? And of course, you use this word terrorism. That's not hyperbole. Terrorism has a definition. There are all sorts of violence. There's state violence. There's war. There's just war. There's law enforcement. There are crimes of passion. There are all different kinds of violence. Terrorism has a specific definition. It's when you target civilians with violence to achieve political ends. That is exactly what happened here. When Don Lemon goes out and he presents himself as if he's just a journalist covering this. Now it seems though he actually was working with the agitators. When he says that protest is about traumatizing people, that just isn't true. I'm sure he's not familiar with the Constitution or the meaning of most words, but protesting is for peaceably assembling to petition the government for a redress of grievances. That's where the supposed right to protest comes from in the Constitution. When you traumatize kids at church to achieve a political end, that is a form of terrorism. And to your point, Megan, it violates federal law because there's this law, which is frankly preposterous, which says that Christians and people who want to, just generally people who want to defend innocent human life are limited when they advocate outside of abortion clinics. The FACE Act was passed, and the only way they were able to ram it through is to say, look, we'll stop demonstrations at abortion clinics, but we'll also stop demonstrations at churches. So you've got the churches,
exactly right.
The church of the right is just church, and the church of the left is the abortion clinic. And I'm even thinking of the line of Peter Kraft, a brilliant observation, which is that, abortion is the sacrament of the left. It even uses the centerpiece of the Christian liturgy, the Holy Communion, when the priest says, this is my body, he's quoting Christ, this is my body, which will be given up for you. And the left takes it and inverts it to satanic purposes. It says, this is my body, and they use it to sacrifice a little baby. So the FACE Act is supposed to protect both. It's only ever really used to protect the abortion clinics. Well, here, yes, obviously the federal government has to get involved. The one part I disagree with, though, in your monologue, Megan, is when you say these people are busting in. This is for some people the one time of the week when they feel closest to Christ and they're praying and they're worshiping, and this gives them some comfort. And, the left, they don't know that. I think the left does know that. I think actually you see throughout history, they always target the churches. They target the churches in the French Revolution, in the Bolshevik Revolution, in the Spanish Civil War, in Mexico. They do it for a purpose. I'm reminded there was this clip going viral of a BBC presenter. She was interviewing a young man, said, who are your heroes? He said, Kendrick Lamar, and my biggest hero is Jesus. She audibly hisses. This is something out of the New Testament, like there's a demon there or something. This is really spooky stuff. And you see this nasty spirit animating leftist agitators throughout history.
Yes, I honestly, I've never felt so aware of demonic forces around us. I truly haven't. Started with Charlie Kirk's assassination, Michael, and I have just felt like they're everywhere ever since. Something has been unleashed that feels truly unholy. We have never needed St. Michael more than right now. And to cross into somebody's place of worship, I do wonder, it'll be very interesting to see how the mainstream covers this today, because I guarantee if you had a bunch of white MAGA types invading a mosque, this would be everywhere. And
is that true? If you had people with MAGA on going into a mosque, that would be everywhere. I wonder if that's the case. Oh, wow. Black people, if we happen to have done some shit like this, what you think was going to happen? Because y'all always want to talk about what would happen if, but somehow, some way, you supporting Donnie. You supporting Donnie in this. How? I don't understand, but that's okay. Until God forbid something happens in a black church, then all of a sudden it'll be all this racism, but y'all supporting Donnie? Oh, you know what? I forgot to show y'all that. I'll show you that in a second.
I wonder, how would it be covered if you had a bunch of people invading a synagogue in today's day and age and getting in the face of Jewish worshipers? Will there be any understanding or empathy for Christians who are in there worshiping on a Sunday at a Baptist service? Here's how Don Lemon saw it moments before he joined the resistance organization to go into that church. This is him outside of the church at the initial meeting. Seems pretty clear he knew exactly what they were about to do in SOT 6.
Well, this is kind of MAGA coded, right? So the American flag or whatever, but these are resistance protesters. They're planning an operation that we're going to follow them on. I can't tell you exactly what they're doing, but it's called Operation Pull Up. Again, this is an operation that is secret, that they invited folks out. Can't tell you what is going to happen, but you're going to watch it live unfold here on the Don Lemon Show. There are for this reason, it may look like MAGA coded, but there's a reason they have so.
All right, we done already seen enough of him. I'm gonna come back to that in a second. I wanted to go back to the baller alert so that I can show you the comments. So this is what we just looked at, right? Oh no, this is another. This is the wrong one. It's this one. Sheesh, they've been talking about these people all day. Okay, yeah, it's this one. All right. So after all that, the comments. This was a nice read. I feel he held back. I'm siding with Don on this one. It's a tough time for us Nicki fans. I just need her to stop posting and keep being the queen of rap. Oh, so shut up and dribble. That's what that means. Shut up and dribble. Okay. Don was there to record the madness. He didn't start it. Isn't that what reporters do? And Nikki ain't never speak up for any other time. Girl, bye. I can't believe she was once my fave. Now she makes my ass itch. She's embarrassing. She wants everyone in jail besides her husband and brother. Now listen, that part, I can't hold back on that part. That is true. That is true. We talking about low messers and depredator. I don't understand how y'all was supporting her after all that. If you want to marry a whatever, that's fine. You gets no support from me. Then you over here defending your brother. You gets no support from me. But y'all, not y'all, was all for her. Y'all was all for her, down for whatever. The line was not low mester and depredator. The line was a conversation with daggone Erica Kirk. Imagine that. Imagine that. Woo, Lord, help your people. There go that little T. Clockett thing, all dumb. Oh, Cardi, your other person that y'all look up to and put up here on a pedestal and say that she's all that, regardless of anything that she ever says, ain't even black, use the N-word like there ain't no tomorrow, y'all supported. DRUG men way back in the day, y'all supported her. Over here, just had some other man's baby while she's married to somebody else, y'all still support her. Now she went from being a married mother to a baby mom to a man that already had 3 kids, about to have 3 more kids, and allegedly arrested. I don't even know what happened to that. Y'all still support her. But you can't stand Nicki Minaj now because she had a conversation with Erica Kirk. Yes, Don, he cleared her. I don't care. Picky Minaj. I really don't know why she came for anyone. That lady easier to read than a flyer. This is the culture that Anton was speaking about. Let's go ahead and bring that into it, okay? This is exactly what he's talking about. This is exactly what he's talking about. Y'all should have been done with Nikki when she married a depredator, a low mester. When she defended a depredator, a low mester. Nope. It was all good in the hood, right? Make that make sense. Now you're supporting Donnie running up into a church. And I know damn well, y'all know better, black people. But you want to support Donnie on that mess because y'all so worried about a man that ain't thinking about you. A man, because white people racist. Come on, let's not act like those of us that be on these blogs and reading their comments, and because this is where half of the stories that I have come from, the freaking blogs. But people be upset here, but don't say shit over there with the damn blogs. Again, run by tethers and ABCDs. But that's what y'all support. That's what y'all listen to. Freaking tethers, not the ones that we like, real ass tethers that came over here. Technically, that's what Somalians are. Technically, that's what they are. But y'all love that. And they come over here and they get rich and they take advantage of everything that's here that y'all don't take advantage of. They get all the things that y'all said that you want and you wasn't given. Then you all upset. You blaming Donald Trump even though Joe Biden didn't give you shit. Even though Obama didn't give you shit. But all of a sudden, everything in your life is Donald Trump's fault. So all these people have to do is say that. That's why you got Jasmine Crockett. The only thing that she says is Donald Trump is bad. She ain't telling y'all shit else. Following the Democratic plan, how it works, you fall for it, hook, line, and sinker, and every fucking year say, they don't ever do nothing for black people. Then be in the same spot, and those people continue to get more and more money, more money, more money, more money. Then you're out here complaining about consumerism while you're giving everything to these people. You didn't got the wool or the football pulled out in front of you with regard to, I guess, Nicki Minaj. You're getting the same thing done right here with Don Lemon. You get the same thing done with Joy Reid. You get the same thing done with Roly Roll and Clown. Clown came out. No. The other one came out here and told you to leave the United States. It's time for you to leave the United States. Is that nigga still here? Child, which one is it? Ricky Smiley. Y'all better get ready. You about to be put back in chains. Y'all in chains yet, Bueller? Are y'all in chains yet, Bueller? And then this one, we try to tell ya.
Must you tell? Yes, I'm speaking to you. Must you tell where you fleeing to? Must you tell? Yes, I'm speaking to you. Must you tell where you fleeing to? I got into my Uber. What did I see?
Yep, keep listening to him now.
Make it, quote, MAGA coded. They had to have whites. He wants to excuse the presence of whites to his audience with his stupid DL mic flag, Don Lemon mic flag. Okay, Don. He's really missing his CNN days when he mattered. He has to excuse the presence of white people there because you see, like, they're going, he's about to do the big reveal. They're going into a Baptist church service. And so you see, you need some whites. Hello, lots of black people are Baptists too. You think you'd know that, but no. And you need the white allies there, you see, because you're going to go confront a bunch of white Baptists in Minneapolis. A new year means new financial goals, like making sure your savings are secure and diversified. Now, as he makes very clear, he knows what's about to happen, Michael. And truly, after that pastor said, get out, every single one of them was guilty of trespass, including Don Lemon.
Of course, he makes a number of uncomfortable admissions right now, which he should get blowback for in the media, but also he's probably going to have blowback from prosecutors on. He's admitting that he's in on it. You know, he's clearly one of the organizers.
Let's choose our words, sir. Blowback, Michael. All right. I really want to hear from Megan, though. Shout out to Uncle Rick. Thank you, Boo. He said it's just Smiley. He doesn't deserve my name. What's his name when he dressed up like a woman? Was it Selma? Call him that. Miss Jenkins, isn't it Miss Jenkins?
We have to do it. It's MAGA coding. As if to say our political movement, the left-wing political movement, is anti-white people. It's anti-white,
right,
it's anti-American, it's anti-Christian. Obviously, it is.
Anti-white people while he goes home to lay down with a white man. Okay.
And so, you know, when you ask how will this be covered by the establishment outlets, they'll try to downplay it entirely. You know, if this were a mosque, this would be treated as the worst and most egregious form of terrorism ever in the history of the world, because the left uniformly seems to worship Muslims, not because they agree with Islam, but because they all have a common enemy, which is the country and Christianity. If it were a synagogue, it would probably be 50-50, because some of the left is pro-Jews, a lot of the left is anti-Jews. You would have mixed coverage of it. The one thing the left is certainly in agreement on, though, is it's anti-Christian. And so they go in there. Don Lemon is obviously helping to organize this thing. He says, I have a little secret, but I'm not going to let you in on it right now. And then he gets up in the face of that pastor and just...
Let me wait, hold that thought. I want to give you the exact quote. He's in the car before the shot we showed. He says, quote, we don't know what's happening. We kind of do, but we don't know how it's going to play out, right? And he mentioned the word church accidentally before they arrived. He was obviously trying to hide where they were going on the way over during the live stream, but he knew full well what they were about to do. Keep going.
These are the secret plans that Don, is letting slip.
It's not a secret when you're recording the whole damn thing. That's the funny part about it. You can try to act like it's a secret. You recorded the whole damn thing.
And he has absolutely no empathy for the children sitting there. I mean, he really doesn't. He's like, too bad, trauma's all part of it. Suck it up. As mothers comforting their young sons is apparently so long ago in his history, if it ever happened between Don and his own mom, that he's forgotten that children actually do have a right to feel safe, especially in a place of worship, and might feel unsafe with Mr. Kelly, a serial agitator who's running around actually hurting people, bursts into his church and screams in the face of his parents. Don doesn't seem to understand that at all.
By the way,
maybe
Megan,
if he actually had a child, he might.
And don't forget the specific...
Oh, child, don't say that. He don't need no kid.
The context here, it's not just that kids have been accustomed since Columbine to recognize that in schools, in churches, in public places, they could be shot up, they could be targeted. But specifically...
Which just happened. Michael, were you just going to say it just happened? Yes, in Minneapolis. Yes. Like it just happened.
Yes,
and the nerve.
Christian kids.
Yes, exactly. And absolutely no sympathy or empathy for them whatsoever. The law, there is the trespass law. And by the way, you as a journalist can violate it. If you go into a private place without permission, or even a public place where permission is then withdrawn, meaning you're told to leave and you don't, you absolutely can be prosecuted for trespass. But there's also this FACE Act that you point out was originally meant to target abortion clinic protests. And the quid pro quo from the right was, well, you also have to include churches, which is really just a fig leaf until now, until you have Trump and Bondi in there who are actually saying, you know what, we're going to enforce it. And it says, this act prohibits the use of threat of force and physical obstruction that either injures, intimidates, or interferes, or threatens to, attempts to injure, intimidate, or interfere with any person who is pursuing their exercising their First Amendment right of religious freedom at a place of religious worship. So so physical obstruction is enough. That is attempting to interfere with or intimidate any person at church. Got it? So it boils down to have you by threat of force or by physical obstruction attempted to intimidate or interfere with somebody at worship? The answer is yes.
It's on camera.
It's yes to all of them.
Obviously. I mean,
it's on camera.
They're basically bragging about it. And so this is why the question of how will this be covered, I think has to lead us to the conclusion that it doesn't matter how it's covered. I don't care what the news networks say. I don't care what the New York Times writes or doesn't write about it. We are in the government right now. And the only way that you are going to discourage this is through a massive show of just force, of force that is very much in accordance with justice and with the law. But that's...
Let me tell you something. If they don't do nothing, they bitch asses too. I said it, I meant it. If they don't do something about this, Department of Justice, Pam, Child Christie, whoever the fuck ever is supposed to be, they are bitch asses too. I think somebody said that earlier. To have all this shit right in front of your face on tape as it played out all over the internet. This man spoke it all. We seen enough of it. If y'all can't take that and make some shit stick, and not even just him, that crazy ass white man that's out here wilding, the Black Lives Matter lady, and any of the rest of them, they all need to be held accountable, period. And if they don't, then Trump looks like a joke because he is responsible for these people and what they do. He's a fucking joke, and the rest of them are for show, period. Because, child, if you're not going to handle this, it's going to get worse. It's already been worse. Because allegedly right now, somebody else may have gotten SHOT'd. I'm trying to see that. Hold on a second. That's what I saw just before I came on. Minneapolis war zone. I feel like they just replaying the same crap. That's why I'm not really trying to show like all this stuff where they're like, oh, on the ground stuff. Because I feel like it's just recorded from whatever happened previously. And I don't care that much to watch that shit. Because they just out here wild and making a bunch of damn noise. Y'all can go watch that. All right, I don't see nothing. But anyway, so yeah. So Megan, I knew this was what she would say. Shout out to Megan because she has sense as far as I'm concerned. Not about everything, but I knew she would be right on this. I don't care what anybody think about fucking Donnie. If you like him all the fuck you want to. That nigga need to be charged. I don't care. Along with the Black Lives Matter lady, that crazy ass white man, and everybody else that went up in that daggone church. My bad. Because they wouldn't, like somebody said, they wouldn't do it in their church. You know where else they wouldn't do it? In Texas. They wouldn't do it in a Texas church. I promise you that. And I ain't never been. And I know that they wouldn't do it there. Thank you, Boo. She said he's sending the National Guard. You talked about it. I know they was on standby, but I thought that they told him that the court said that he couldn't do it. That's the last thing that we heard from earlier today. But if something has changed, send it to me, but I don't see anything right now. So while I see what comes up from that, y'all. All right, that's enough for Megyn Kelly. Shout out to Megyn Kelly. Remember we talked about crime is down, child? Remember we talked about crime is allegedly down? Joe Biden said it, child. Everybody was like, it's all taken care of. Crime is done. You don't know. And remember just a little while ago, a few hours ago, we was talking about Baltimore, wonderful Baltimore. Let's see what's going on over there. It says Baltimore sees violent start to 2026 after historic drop in crime.
Orly put it simply, it has been a rough start to the new year. You know, here in Park Heights, there was a walk earlier because we saw 2 people shot earlier this week who are recovering. And then last night, we saw 3 people shot in South Baltimore. 1 person died, adding to that homicide total that's up so far this year compared to last year. But Orly says with the success we saw last year decreasing violence, he is confident that will continue.
Unfortunately, it's just sad. I mean, it's the times we're living in right now. You know, things hopefully should get better. I pray that it does.
A targeted triple shooting in South Baltimore's Lakeland neighborhood Thursday night. It happened around...
Anybody from Baltimore, Bueller? Anybody from Baltimore? Shout out to Smoke and Talk.
9:30 p.m. off West Patapsco Avenue. 3 men found shot near the shopping center. A 24 and 38-year-old survived. The 3rd person died.
It's getting bad. It really is. And
sir, I don't believe you. Sir, crime is down. This is just a rough patch in the beginning of the year. Crime is down. Doogie said it. It is. Joe Biden said it. It must be true.
And there's no control over it. You know, I mean, the cops could only do so much themselves.
It comes after a historic drop in homicides in 2025, closing out the year with 133 deaths. That's the city's lowest rate in nearly 50 years. But Thursday night's death ticks the number up.
They said, we're going to do better this year.
To 7 homicides so far in 2026, just halfway through the first month, compared to 2 this time last year. WBAL TV 11 News caught up with Police Commissioner Richard Worley Friday at an annual Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day service hosted by Operation Pulse. The faith-based public safety initiative has worked with police to try and prevent crime the past 20 years.
It can't just be law enforcement and city officials. It's got to be everybody.
Worley says there were lots of people around Thursday night's shooting and calls it alarming that the suspect still opened fire.
Jean Lee makes a great point we already knew. She said they stopped arresting criminals during Joe Biden's time. We believe it. They wasn't coming out because the police are met with bullshit. People wasn't calling them to come out because they wasn't going to come. Remember, defund the police. But no, they made y'all say, oh, crime is down. Crime is down. Oh, crime was down. Child, crime wasn't down. Remember, the kids was getting arrested. They was jacking. They was red rumming. And then they turned around and let them back out. Remember that time that the father said, please keep my son? They said, you better come get his ass. They said, you better come get his ass. We don't want him. Y'all forgot about that? Not y'all. I know the regulars remember, but y'all, yeah, we covered all that.
We've had a rough start. We've been here before, and we've had rough starts before. We've had rough months before. Our men and women will put it together, and we'll get the cases solved, and we'll move on, and we'll have a successful year.
There you go.
Non-fatal shootings are also just slightly up from this time last year. We were at 10. We are currently at 11. For now, live in Northwest.
Oh, okay. Non-threatened or non-fatals are up too, y'all. Okay. Let's see. Remember that I just said, what is there to do in Baltimore? Did I not just say that? I said, what would you go to Baltimore for? Now, I'm going to go to Baltimore for the damn New Edition concert, right? In and out. Pause. In and out. Is there a reason to go to Baltimore? Because there's nothing going on at the Inner Harbor. I'm not allowed to go to the casino. Unless you go into a Ravens game, which I don't know if they've made the playoffs or not. I'll let y'all tell me. What reason is there to go to Baltimore, child? What reason? Anybody? Oh, if you go into the hospital, Johns Hopkins. Anybody? Oh, okay. Sheraton Inn Harbor Hotel closes its doors. Oh, no.
And you walk up to the Sheraton Inner Harbor Hotel doors, they won't open. And now an empty lobby sitting behind them. It's the most recent closure we're telling you about surrounding Baltimore's Inner Harbor.
Oh, no.
A brick wall now missing the word Sheraton, indicating the closure of the popular hotel in downtown Baltimore.
I think it's a terrible setback for downtown.
Baltimore City resident Robert Gunn worrying about the impact the closure of the South Charles Street Sheraton Inner Harbor Hotel, which the Department of Labor says closed its doors on New Year's Eve, will have.
Especially since the Sheraton has always been very pivotal to the Orioles, being a block away from Camden Yards.
We told you last week the Morton Steakhouse inside.
You can't even keep it open for the Orioles? Shout out to the Orioles. Wow. I wonder what happened. It don't even look like a place that I would want to walk by, let alone stay the night in.
Pivotal to the Orioles, being a block away from Camden Yards.
We told you last week the Morton Steakhouse inside of the hotel closed their doors, and those closures are being added to a decent-sized list, including Harbor Place's former H&M, Bubblegum Shrimp Co., and P.F. Chang's.
Obviously, from a development standpoint, it's tough to see any hotel or any business, period, close down in the city.
Baltimore Development Corporation Chief Financial Officer Kevin Seawright says while it's tough, he's still optimistic about the future.
It always hurts to lose any business, but we still think we're the best city in the world, so we're going to attract talent and we're going to attract businesses. So it will not.
Oh, shit. Well, as long as you think you're good, then you're good, child. I mean, the reality might be something different, but child, as long as you think you're good and everything gonna be good, keep up alive, child. Keep up alive. Don't do any actual business. Don't do anything about the crime. Don't get Doogie and the rest of them, Worley at this point, child. Worley, you took the job, so you in it now, too. Don't get them to do anything. Don't get the police officers to do anything. Don't get them to do anything about all the kids. Don't get them to do anything about all the crime. Just keep hope alive, child. Keep hope alive. I'm pretty sure that people will still come over there to see the aquarium, to ride boats in the harbor. You can't eat unless they got a hot dog stand out there or something, because all those stores are closed, all those restaurants are closing. You can't shop. Looks like all those places are closing. What the hell else you gonna do? Sit there and look at each other? That's what y'all gonna do?
Not stop us from attracting new businesses in the future.
The Greater Baltimore Committee, which focuses on economic growth and civic issues, also feeling optimistic.
We do have a tremendous amount of downtown assets in terms of our cultural institutions that are here, our architectural beauty of our buildings. We're right here.
We're going to come down to Baltimore and look at the architecture of the buildings, y'all. People are going to come all the way to Baltimore. Child, for those of us that live around here, it's one thing, right? That's where family is, so I'm going to go through Baltimore. I'm not stopping, right? But you're trying to tell me people going to plan a trip to Baltimore in the summertime to come look at the architectural buildings. Woo! Lord help your people. Is that what y'all be doing for y'all's vacations?
Civic issues also feeling optimistic.
We do have a tremendous amount of downtown assets in terms of our cultural institutions that are here, our architectural beauty of our buildings. We're right here on the waterfront.
Tyra Myricks owns a Caribbean restaurant called Waiting to Oxtail inside Harbor Place, which is set to begin redevelopment construction later this year. She says she's not so confident after hearing of the closure.
Oh, not so confident, girl. Girl, relocate now. she should relocate now, because even if they do upgrade that building, the rent's going to go up. And if you're not getting the business, you're not going to be able to afford it. Then you're going to lose said business. Get out now and relocate. That would be my suggestion. That would be my suggestion. But come on, Cha.
Set to begin redevelopment construction later this year. She says she's not so confident after hearing of the closure.
I think as a small business owner, it's kind of scary because it makes you wonder, like, if these larger corporations can't survive, how does that look as a small business owner, you know?
It's just very sad. Very, very sad.
We can tell you that the Baltimore Development Corporation, they say they don't have any details when it comes to the future of this building here now on South Charles Street. They say, though, they hope to get a hotel, another hotel, or another business.
Keep up alive, child. Keep up alive.
In here, it's something they'll be discussing in the very near future is what they're telling us tonight. For now, I'm live from downtown. Tori Yorgi, WBAL TV 11 News.
All right, Tori Yorgi. Keep up alive, child. That's all I'm hearing. Girl, take your oxtail business, because, child, I'll come eat depending on where it's at. I actually will come and support because I love oxtails. But not in Baltimore, child. Child, take your ass down to Annapolis. Vibrant, rich, lot of people. Those white people will eat that shit up. I'm telling you. Going down there to Annapolis, down there by the docks, open up something. It'll be much more worth it. But child, what do I know? Night J, thank you, boo. She said, I am in shock. I tell you, I am shocked too. I'm shocked that it took this long. Notice no one's talking about the reasons why Child's shit just closing just because they're closing. No one's giving a reason. No one's saying anything. They just closing because they're closing. Let's see. Baltimore County leaders, this is 2 days ago, unite against crime after string of Catonsville burglaries. Oh, no.
Community leaders come together for a walk after a recent commercial crime spree. Fox 45's Keith Daniels joins us live right now with calls for change from business owners and county leaders tonight after these events in Catonsville. Hi, Keith.
Well, Kai, good evening. Now, Baltimore County leaders say it's all about standing together when adversity hits. And tonight, pushback.
It's all about standing together when adversity hits. How long have we been talking about this, y'all? As long as I've been here on YouTube. 5 years, going on 5 years. Okay.
In the county after a serious crime spree.
Oh, no.
A community walk in Catonsville.
No.
Baltimore County Executive Kathy Klossmeyer and Police Chief Robert McCullough among county leaders who braved the cold Friday for what they consider to be a very important show of support for a community recently hit by a string of commercial break-ins.
This walk is about showing how safe that our community is and to act as a deterrent too, where folks will not be a target or target this area if they know that a community is rallying around the folks that have been affected by crime.
None.
They are all in step, a walk of solidarity along Frederick Road in Catonsville's iconic downtown area, just days after burglars targeted 7 businesses early last Sunday morning. Police say thieves kicked in doors, took cash registers, then slipped away. Along the walk, officials stopped at some of the businesses affected, including Painted Whims, a furniture and gift shop hit by burglars.
I was shocked because things like that don't happen.
Shocked, I tell you.
Here.
Owner Bridget Callahan says they shattered the glass on the front.
So can I just say, because this white woman, who I'm sure is liberal, is shocked. Ma'am, if they have nothing else to break into, steal, and take up off of the damn the cinder blocks, they're gonna fan out. If there ain't nothing left over here, they're gonna fan out. You the next fan, okay? Get out now. Oxtails lady, get out now. I'm just saying, you're going to say, we need more police patrols. Child, this shit happened when nobody was out here. What do you think is about to happen? They can't even get, Doogie can't even get the squeegee kids under control. But he says that he's successful, and as long as he says it, then it's all good. You know why? Because his ass don't live nowhere near here. Him, his baby mom or wife by now, and his 2 kids are over there safe, just like Brandon Johnson, over there protected by the same police that he talks about all the damn time. Protected by them. Where y'all at? Y'all down here. They fanning out. Move now.
The businesses affected, including Painted Whims, a furniture and gift shop hit by burglars.
I was shocked because things like that don't happen here.
Owner Bridget Callahan says they shattered the glass on the front door, then apparently tried opening the door, but did not. Nothing stolen, but the damage left behind.
$730 to get the glass fixed and the door readjusted. I was worried about my neighbors because they had some worse things happen. And then I was very thankful that they didn't break a larger window.
Police say additional patrols remain in place as these cases remain active. Investigators say they have obtained surveillance footage as well as eyewitness accounts as the search for suspects continues.
Oh no. Let's just take a look. Let's just take a look. Oh no. No.
Police say additional patrols remain in place as these cases remain active. Investigators say they have obtained surveillance footage as well as eyewitness accounts as the search for suspects.
Oh no. I ain't saying nothing.
Continues. In the meantime, for those concerned about the break-ins and what they perceive to be as an uptick in crime in the area, on that point, we pressed the county executive for answers.
Madam County Executive, supporters are calling this walk very good for the community. You guys are actually showing your support as the councilman.
What's a walk gonna do for the community and the burglaries, y'all, Bueller? Someone let me know, because maybe I missed a meeting. Somebody let me know what in the holy hell, praise the Lord, these walks is gonna do to stop the crime. Bueller.
Just said, but what do you say to those constituents who look at incidents like this and point to their concerns over what they perceive to be an uptick in crime in the county? How do you address that?
I think you might want to talk to the chief of police about that, and he can let you know about the uptick.
Okay. Pass the buck.
If there is an uptick.
We'll be releasing our crime stats really soon for the end of 2025. I can tell you across the board, crime is totally down in Baltimore County, and it's...
Praise the Lord, crime is down. Let's go back. Let's just keep sticking to these talking points, child. That'll get shit resolved, right? The white woman said, don't ask me, child. Ask him. What he say? Crime is down, child. Don't even worry about it. Crime is down.
How do you address that?
I think you might want to talk to the chief of police about that, and he can let you know about the uptick. If there is an uptick.
We'll be releasing our crime stats really soon for the end of 2025, but I can tell you across the board, crime is totally down in Baltimore County, and it's down to significant lows historically. So there is no uptick in crime in Baltimore County. However, if there's a perception, that's still of concern to us.
There you go.
Well, that issue of perception versus reality. Now, despite these high-profile burglaries this month, according to Baltimore County data, the county did see a decline in break-ins last year, specifically in the Catonsville area, where property thefts decreased by 10 from 2024. We're live tonight. Keith Daniels, Fox 40.
Shout out to Keith. Shout out to Fox 45 doing the damn thing, keeping us updated, right? All right, cool. Crime is down. That's what they wanted to end with? Cool. I can't imagine what's going on downtown. Let's go and look at this one. Downtown Baltimore businesses continue to close, leaving workers jobless. Oh, no.
Downtown Baltimore businesses continue to close their doors, leaving employees without jobs and residents without restaurants, shops, and hotels. Fox 45's Jeff Abel spoke with one economist on why owners are packing up shop.
Mackenzie, child, all they need to do, look, this is what y'all, I'm gonna need y'all to go to Baltimore, and I'm gonna need y'all to stand right here and look at all this architectural design. That is the aquarium there. So I guess it's still open. So y'all could go there, and you could go over there and look at this triangle. Okay. And then it's a triangle over here. Then it's a square. Maybe there's a hexagon or something. Child, 3D-ish looking. Get your asses on down there in Baltimore and look at this architecture. Okay. Now you can't get on the boats right now because it's too damn cold, because it's usually a bunch of boats here. I've done that. It actually is pretty fun. Y'all can do that in the summertime. Now, it might not be a place to eat, might not be a place to sleep, and it might be some crime going on. But y'all look at all this architecture that you could look at. I don't know what y'all's problem is. You better get on down there and support Baltimore. Crime is down. Crime is down.
And it used to look beautiful over here.
Those strolling through the Inner Harbor today were discovering what little is left.
Every time you turn around, something's closing.
Downtown, businesses are quickly vanishing. The most recent vacancy was the Sheraton Hotel, a cornerstone of the Inner Harbor. But today, its name stripped from the building. The hotel is vacant. 69 employees are out of work. Morton Steakhouse, which also is located in this building, has shut down too.
There's still perception that downtown is dangerous and people are not coming.
Wait, what is that? What just came across this damn screen? Hold on.
Downtown, businesses are quickly vanishing. The most recent vacancy was the Sheraton Hotel, a cornerstone of the Inner Harbor. But today, its name stripped from the building. The hotel is vacant. 69 employees are out of work. Morton Steakhouse.
They only had 69 employees for a whole asshole. Child, they've been out of business. If they had 69, I'm not trying to be rude, y'all. If they had 69 employees for a hotel, y'all, they was already out of business. 69?
House, which also is located in this building, has shut down too.
There's still this perception that downtown is.
What is this? Yo, do y'all know Captain Kangaroo? This is the BIPOC version of Captain Kangaroo. Shout out to Captain Kangaroo. If you know, you know. Shout out to Generation X. He lives. This is the BIPOC version, updated, child.
It's dangerous, and people are not coming.
Other businesses like PF Chang's, H&M, The Fudgery, they all once thrived here, and they've now died here.
But how can it be that that central meeting point, the pavilions, are vacant? The gallery.
Wait, Anaramban Basu? Anaraban Basu? All right, sorry.
Galleria is vacant. How is that possible? Because a couple of decades ago, that was not the case.
Because the city has focused largely on developing areas outside of the downtown district, economist Anaban Basu says downtown is paying the price.
So we've moved the deck chairs around. And the problem is that would have been okay if we were growing the city's economy. If there are more employers, many more residents, that's okay. But what we've done is we've basically caused downtown Baltimore, historic downtown Baltimore, to be vacated.
Everything is so expensive. So they got to bring the prices down so people can come out and be able to spend the money.
Next week, the Cheesecake Factory, which moved into the Inner Harbor 30 years ago, will be shutting its doors.
Oh, hell no! The damn Cheesecake Factory! Oh. Not that Cheesecake Factory! No! What the fuck? If y'all don't get these prices down, Mima said, all y'all need to do, not y'all, you know what I'm saying. All y'all need to do is reduce the prices and everything will be everything. Everything will be everything. Captain Kangaroo, the BIPOC version, said that they ignored the city and was building everything outside of the city because they didn't give a F. They said, we don't give a F. That's probably why they let all them kids do whatever the hell it is that they wanted to do, because they taking care of the outside. They said, y'all gonna be all right. We're gonna take care of the people that probably got money, allegedly. I'd have to know where the outside is. But now, Morton closed. Now the Cheesecake Factory, 30 years. And good old under Doogie's watch, now the 30-year-old restaurant is leaving. A moment of silence for the Cheesecake Factory. The hotel that really was already closed with 69 employees. Child, go work in Horseshoe. The casino gotta have openings. Just go get a job, learn how to deal, and go work there. Now make sure that you are on guard, okay? Because they robbed the casino too, all right? But it's an option. Yo, that's gonna be like the only thing in the area for the most part is the casino and the hospitals and Ravens and Orioles. What else is gonna be? Child.
So expensive. So they got to bring the prices down so people can come out and be able to spend the money.
Next week, the Cheesecake Factory, which moved into the Inner Harbor 30 years ago, will be shutting its doors. Basu says the city cannot afford to lose downtown.
We just cannot give up on this central business district. We need to find a way to grow the city's economy and to bring the historic central business district into it.
Jeff Abel, Fox 45 News.
Hey, I'm Mackenzie.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Mackenzie. This is a travesty. This is just a travesty. But everything is everything, child. Everything is everything. I got one more. I think on bolt a damn more. WJZ, more businesses closed at Baltimore's Inner Harbor ahead of revitalization. They about to revitalize the Inner Harbor? Well, that explains it. Let me hear this first, but this sounds like they're going to revitalize the Inner Harbor. So did you allow this to happen so that now you can come in and redo it? A little bit of gentrification, then you can charge more, then everybody got to pay more, and then you get more businesses in here. Allegedly. Let's see what's going on. All right, this is a low volume. This is them. It's not me. It's up as far as it will go.
You're getting a live look at the Inner Harbor this evening, looking like a winter wonderland out there as skaters take laps on the ice rink. Perfect day to do that. Well, this week, the Sheraton Inner Harbor Hotel and Morton Steakhouse both closed their doors for good. So it's out with the old across the harbor ahead of a major revitalization and redevelopment project. Janae,
I think we figured it out. Look at this. Now, that's some architecture for your ass. Maybe I can get a job at that point. They're going to redo it all, so they're letting it go to shit. They are allowing it to go to shit because that oxtails lady better get out. That oxtails lady better get out now. Allegedly, they allowed this shit to happen. Now it's going to be all wonderful and beautiful and architectural, and then they can charge these high ass prices. Meemaw just asked y'all to lower the prices, child. I wonder if they're doing anything. Listen to me, for the regular smegulars. You think they're doing anything about the food desert around the corner that dude was talking about? I forget his name. He's a social justice warrior too, child, activist or something. Remember when he came out the day after and said, we need food, we need a food desert. You think they're doing anything over there? Remember when they said that you could buy a townhouse down there in, I don't know if it was West Baltimore, right? For $1. Remember that? You think anybody was taking advantage of that shit? That's what they was offering over there. But over here in the Inner Harbor, where the Ravens Stadium is right here, the aquarium still stands. Then you got the water. Then you can tear down. Because listen, that shit right there where people go inside the shop, that is shit. It looks like shit. It's been looking like shit is shit. All right? Get rid of it. Rebuild it. Make it look beautiful now. And then bring all these other developments on here. And that will bring people in. And then they'll bring in something like, for instance, not necessarily a Trump hotel, where they charging $1,000 per night, and then there's people that will come and pay for it. And guess what these people can do? They can come work there. Them 69, if they make it that long, they can come and they can work there. Quality guy. Exactly. Same shit. But let me listen. I could be wrong, but I'm not.
Take laps on the ice rink. Perfect day to do that. Well, this week, the Sheraton Inner Harbor Hotel and Morton Steakhouse both closed their doors for good. So it's out with the old across the harbor ahead of a major revitalization and redevelopment project. Janae Reese is on your corner with a closer look at the most recent closures and when you can expect to see the future taking shape.
The Sheraton Inner Harbor Hotel and Morton Steakhouse, a ghost town sitting next to Baltimore's convention center, as the latest businesses to shut their doors near Harbor Place.
No one wants to see buildings close, certainly. And I think particularly in the short term, these are a loss for downtown and certainly for those who patronize them.
It's operators filed a notice in 2025 with the Maryland Department of Labor indicating 69 employees were expected to be laid off on New Year's Eve. City leaders say it's sad to see the businesses closed, but it doesn't mean the end of the building's development.
Certainly the convention center is being very seriously looked at in different means to fund the rehabilitation and the renovation of the convention center. But as a whole, we certainly need to be thinking throughout downtown.
All these things that are in the pipeline, you know, it's possible that a new hotel operator may eventually take interest in things like the Sheraton, and certainly with all these investments, we will eventually see a lot of these businesses come back.
Most restaurants near Baltimore's Harbor Place are set to undergo some big changes in 2026. Developer MCB Real Estate is set to begin the $900 million demolition and...
Developer who? Hold on. What's his name? What's their name? Shout out to the Shake Shack. I don't go there either.
A lot of these businesses come back.
Most restaurants near Baltimore's Harbor Place are set to undergo some big changes in 2026. Developer MCB Real Estate is set to begin the $900 million...
MCD Real Estate. Pause. MCD Real Estate. That might not be it. I'm going to have to take a look and see if I can find out who these people are so we can get to the bottom of this. Because I saw somebody just say something about foreigners. You trying to tell me that they might be allowing foreigners to come in and make that money? Don't let it make you. While the people that live there and are suffering there continue to put the same people in and don't get shit yet again. But focus on Donald Trump, y'all. Don't forget, focus on Trump. Shout out to Saint Fan in the building. Appreciate you, boo. He said, good evening, Michon, and peace to the chat. I'm pissed the Sheraton closed. Their garage is my go-to spot for O's games. This is that damn Doogie's fault. Absolutely. And the rest of these officials for show. I just want to know if the residents are paying attention. I just want to know. I haven't been paying too much attention to Baltimore, but just from all these news programs, we figured it out. They live there. They don't know. Everything is closing. And y'all sat up there and re-elected dude.
$1 million demolition and reconstruction of the space.
So it's important to try to keep some of that.
$1 million demolition. Wow.
Most restaurants near Baltimore's Harbor Place are set to undergo some big changes in 2026. Developer MCB Real Estate is set to begin the $900 million demolition and reconstruction of the space.
So it's important to try to keep some of that dynamism going in the short term, but over the long term, as this work, there'll be disruptions for some period while all this work is getting underway.
Downtown Partnership of Baltimore wrote in a statement to WJZ, stating in part that they are disappointed to see the Sheraton and Morton's close, but at the same time, these decisions reflect a period of transition that many downtowns across the country are experiencing.
But I think when we come out on the other side, I think we're all hopeful that we will see a reinvigorated Harbor Place.
The Cheesesteak Factory is also set to close on January 24th, after almost 3 decades at the Inner Harbor, marking the end of an era, but also the start of something new. Reporting on your corner, I'm Janine.
Marking the end of an era, but the start of something new. How in the world did we get here? I just don't understand. The more things change, the more things stay the same. We're going to have to keep an eye on Baltimore to see what's going on. They said 2026. So we'll see some construction going on, right? Then we'll pay attention to the prices. I'm going to try to see if I can figure out who MSD or MDG or whatever the real estate company is and see where they come from and what's going on. This is wild, except it's normal. Same old shit, different thing in the predominantly Black city run by a Black mayor and a Black governor. I wonder if they will still blame racism. All right, one more story. Where we at? An hour and a half. One more story, then I'm done. All right. Not about Baltimore. We'll put a pin in Baltimore for right now. All right. We're going to go back to BCP because it looks like Black people want to cancel Ludacris for performing at a MAGA concert. Same old crap, different person. Now, if they spent this much time investigating shit like what we just figured out in the span of 30 minutes, then maybe Black people could get somewhere instead of focusing on shit that ain't got shit to do with you and ain't gonna affect your life. Ludacris already got a bunch of money. Nelly already got a bunch of money, and they can perform wherever the fuck they want to. Don't go. Don't support them. But now it's going to be canceling them, putting all their energy into canceling them, putting all their energy into canceling Nicki, but no energy in finding out what's going on over there in the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Cool. Anyway, it says, shout out to BCP, Black liberals lose it over Black rappers performing at MAGA Country Music Fest with Kid Rock. Oh, no.
But listen, I have to come over here and tell you about the Rock the Country concert, okay? 8 small towns, 8 massive shows. 8 small towns, 8 massive shows. And here are the small towns at the bottom. Yeah, you see it. But here's the thing. If you have an artist that's on here that you listen to, keep in mind, I just need you to know, they support the Dollar Tree Dictator. Now, we know Kid Rock, Jason Aldean, Blake Shelton, Jelly Roll, Creed, that's crazy, Miranda Lambert, all of these people. But look, Ludacris, I didn't know that. I didn't get that memo. Nelly,
Rock the Country. So what makes it MAGA, y'all? Because it's Kid Rock and Jason Aldean? Because I don't think Blake Shelton is an issue. Creed is definitely not an issue. Brooks and Dunn, I think they fine. I don't know who Riley Green is. Miranda Lambert, ain't she from like Nickelodeon or something? Leonard Skinner, something, child. That person's old. John Party, I don't know who the fuck that is. Brantley Gilbert, I don't know who the fuck that is. Gavin Adcock, Treaty Oak Revival, that sounds like a church of some sort. Y'all know these people? Yeah, I'm asking people to think now, Messy, you're asking for too much. Clearly. The Marshall Tucker bands. What makes this MAGA? I don't see no MAGA thing on here. Let me see. Child's getting smaller and smaller. These must be the insignificant people in the small print. But they got Ludacris and Nelly up here in the big print. So these must be the big people. And the pores, that's how this works. Y'all down here with the print that I can't read. That's y'all, okay? Then there's the fake pores, all right? Then there's the middle class. And then off the page is the rich people, okay? You see where you are? We can't even read your names. I be trying to help y'all. You ain't got to listen to me, child. I don't know shit. We just figured out Baltimore in 20 damn minutes. But child, let's make sure we cancel Ludacris and Nelly for performing at the Rock the Country, child. Because that's what's important.
We knew, like, and y'all not giving Nelly enough shit. Anyways, but Ludacris? What? not only that, now I need you to understand these artists do not perform at every city. Every city doesn't get to be blessed by all of these people. But let me show you. Ludacris is definitely going to be at this one at Anderson, South Carolina, July 25th through 26th that weekend, right? He's going to be there with Creed and Brantley Gilbert and Gretchen Morris. I don't know these people, and I'm so happy about it, but I do know Ludacris, and his ass is going to be there.
What do you mean Luda's MAGA? What the fuck is this MAGA fest that he's like headlining with Nelly? Again, we already...
Liberal white woman, we did not ask for your input, child. Here you go. Here you go. Girl, I'm gonna need you to stay out of the business that does not pay you. Mind your white business and leave Nelly and Ludacris alone.
Lost Snoop. As an elder millennial, I can't sign up for another loss like this. Fuck that. I'm not happy about this. How do you like literally sell your soul to the devil? You understand those people that support this and are going to be attending there, they fucking hate you. They may pretend they like your music, but they fucking hate your guts.
So black people, 92%, y'all gonna allow the white woman to come over here and chastise Nelly and Ludacris? That's what y'all doing? That's what y'all allowing? And then they do your bidding and then they'll turn around and turn on you yet again? I figured as much. So nothing technically makes it a MAGA concert. It's just because there's a bunch of white people who I'm assuming probably are mainly country type people since it's called country. And now you black women, y'all are allowing liberal white women to come into this space and talk shit about this as well, right? That's what y'all doing?
Shit is that?
This is why we have issues, black people, okay? This is why we have issues. I think it's more important to figure out what's going on in Baltimore than to figure out where Luda and Nelly are making their money. Both of them married to black women, not enough for you. Both of them have black kids, not enough for you. You done already gave them all the time, energy, effort, and money. They already rich. I think they FBA, right? Now you want to go and cancel them after the fact when it don't make no damn bit of difference at this point because they already rich, solidified, and ain't going nowhere. To be upset because they chose to make a decision on their life, their livelihood, and what the fuck they want to do with their damn time, energy, and effort when y'all don't even have control of your damn selves. Y'all always think you're going to tell somebody else what to do, and you can't even control your own damn selves. Y'all can't even get out of your way for nothing, but swear you got some control over some damn body else. And yet continuing to be at the top of the list we shouldn't be at the top of, and the bottom of the list we shouldn't be at the bottom of, talking about being disproportionately affected, wasting your fucking time talking about Nicki Minaj, Ludacris, and damn Nelly. Idolatry. Always worried about the fucking celebrity. What's going on in your damn neighborhoods, child? What's going on with your elected officials? Y'all sitting up here allegedly probably listening to Corey talking about voting is for suckers. I ain't never gonna do that. Voting is for suckers. The local. No, it's all for suckers. But meddling in celebrity business is not for suckers. I'm thinking that's probably more for suckers than any of the other crap. But keep on, so you can get on this tickety damn talk, run off at the mouth. You still in the same position tomorrow as you was yesterday, as you will be a year from now, worrying about what the fuck celebrities are doing, which doesn't matter in one way, shape, or form. Keep hope alive, child.
Can you imagine having like that little self-worth that you would go and do that? Like how much they can't even...
Y'all gonna allow this white woman to sit up here and talk about these black people? Really? Really? Who the fuck does she think she is? I blame you 92%. I blame you 92% for allowing this shit. Fuck this bitch and fuck you too. Inappropriate as fuck. But y'all the ones that are going to sit up there and support Don fucking Lemon after everything he just recorded that he just did.
Be paying you that much money anyway. Like, it's not worth it. I follow him on like Instagram and on here. Like, you go on bougie bitch vacations. You're like renting yachts and shit. Do you need the money that bad for your vacations that you're going to go sell your soul to the devil? Bro, come on. Like, there are plenty of us that don't subscribe to that bullshit that would be like happy to come attend a concert that you're at that's not a mega fest. So sad. Tupac has to be rolling over in his grave right now with all of these like rappers selling themselves out. So like man, you guys are going down the wrong fucking track. And I don't think it's going to end well for you in the long run. Like,
so wait a minute. In one instance, it's white supremacy and white people holding you back and the white people are racist. But then you'll allow this white woman to sit up here and chastise black people. And y'all ain't got nothing to say about that? So y'all ain't got nothing to say about that? Okay.
You may think you're playing like a good short game, but I really think in the long run, you're going to lose your fan base. And that sucks for you.
Boy. So we got to talk about more outrage.
Who thinks that she's concerned about Ludacris's fan base? So she's just going along with whatever she saw on damn TikTok. Ludacris is good. Ludacris is good. I promise you. Ludacris is good off of the strength of the Fast and the Furious, y'all. Say I'm lying. Ludacris is straight for the rest of his life only on the strength of the Fast and the Furious. Say I'm lying. All that money the movies made, and he was in all of them. And if they make another one, he gonna be in that too, unless he died, child, because I think I stopped after 2. And she gonna get out here and act like she know what the fuck she talking about. And the fact that black people allow this shit pisses me the fuck off, because y'all gonna sit up here and try to talk about white supremacy. Y'all love listening to white women when it allegedly benefits you and following behind them. And the same shit happens over and over again, never learning a damn lesson. Swear y'all know everything and don't know nothing. Help me. You allow me to see that most of y'all don't know nothing about money and finance with every day that passes, and y'all not trying to figure it out in any way, shape, or form. And the fact that you don't really believe that shit about white people and white supremacy, it still comes back to freaking Democrats and your hate for Donald J. Trump at this point.
From the liberal, loving, tolerant left. That turns out they're not very liberal, they're not very loving, they're not very tolerant. And we have another story that basically proves my point. Okay, this time involving another rapper who is getting canceled for simply performing at what is being dubbed a MAGA music fest. Okay, and this comes again as Ludacris and Nelly were booked for this so-called MAGA music fest, and the woke revolutionaries were not happy about this.
And apparently, Ludacris is getting canceled for being booked and busy by MAGA. If y'all have not heard Ludacris and Nelly, okay, I hate saying that because, I'm from St. Louis, Nellyville. But anyway, they both allegedly were booked for MAGA Fest. And fans are like, all up in arms, like, why are they performing at this? Blah, 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 X, Y, and Z, da, 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 da. Oh, we blocking them. We taking their songs off our Spotify playlist, X, Y, and Z. Hey, everybody was mad at me 2 months ago when I asked Ludacris a question about Runaway Love. Now, all of a sudden, y'all making that video go viral talking about I'm finna block all his music, X, Y, and Z, da, 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 da. I don't know. Some of these artists be like, they don't have political views when it comes to a check. Some people don't stand for nothing except for the dollars. So, hey, I wasn't listening to Ludacris on repeat like that, so it don't even matter to me. Nelly, that one kind of hurt.
Yeah. Look at how much sense she makes. He not on repeat now. He ain't got no new music anyway, boo. He already made all the music. Y'all done already gave it to him. Your ignorance is showing, ma'am. You gave it to him way back with Country Grammar. You gave it to him with that special that he has out now with him and his wife, his woman, his wife, mother of his child, Ashanti. Remember when y'all was mad at him because he was with what y'all call the exotical? I don't remember her name. You was mad at him because he was with the exotical. Now he came and found his true love, Ashanti, married her, had a kid with her, and y'all still try to act like you want to cancel him because between him and her and their funds together, which y'all don't ever seem to understand, they combine and work together, got married and had the kid. At least I think they did. And now you think you're going to cancel him. The jig is up. The money has been made. Then if you toss in, forget Fast and Furious. Then if you toss in the money from the Country Grammar stuff, then if you toss in Ashanti's Murder Inc. money, and I don't know what the hell else she did. Y'all think that canceling Ludacris is gonna make a difference? Child, y'all just be wasting time, just be talking.
One kind of hurt just a little bit, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I mean, whatever.
Luda,
Luda, not you too. First they got Snoop, then they got Nelly. Now they got you. And Cat Williams is sitting somewhere like me with his feet kicked up saying, I told y'all. I told y'all. You at this festival, this country music festival, that don't mean like they're a black country artist, but you in a space with racists on purpose, for the bag on purpose. Yikes. Luda.
Ludacris. Chris Bridges, come to the front. Listen.
Anybody think Luda? Let's be messy, shall we? Anybody think Luda gives one damn about any of them, but definitely what this woman has to say? You think he's all on TikTok crying, boo-hoo, whining and crying? Shout out to BCP about what this woman has to say.
I don't even know what to say. I got up this morning, I perused social media, and I saw a post by Kamala, our forever vice president. I saw a post by her, and she had the list of the Lil Rock, Trump, whatever, MAGA concert. And I didn't really pay attention to it because it was late because I was tired. So I just kind of scrolled by it and didn't think anything of it. But baby, when I wake up this morning and I see all of the fallout because Ludacris, Nelly, we've come to expect that because he's proven himself last January when it came to Trump. But Luda, are you?
Yeah. So you see that, you heard that. As per the usual, black liberals upset that black artists, black rappers are participating in concerts, events, talks that they deem to be off limits for black artists, right? Mainly MAGA stuff, conservative stuff, or stuff that they perceive to be MAGA or conservative, because I don't think that this event is explicitly a MAGA event, but it is a country music concert with MAGA-friendly people.
Wait a minute. But when Beyonce was doing country music, everything was everything, right? Look at what she did, because we the ones that really originated country music anyway. Look at her. Oh my God, you don't know. Now Ludacris, no, I'm not saying they're making country music. They over here being with the country people. Now it's a problem. Child, you can't. Oh, Lord.
Therefore, it must be MAGA, right? According to these people, right? White folks, Trump supporters, MAGA, okay? And if you're a black artist, you're not allowed to participate in stuff like this. We just went through Nicki Minaj, get a whole lot of backlash for speaking at Turning Point, and now you have this. So without further ado, let's get into it. Ludacris, Nelly criticized for participating in MAGA-coded music festival.
MAGA-coded. All right, y'all. MAGA-coded.
The Trump administration has been very divisive for the music industry, with a number of artists vocally criticizing Trump and his policies, while other entertainers have performed for the president and members of his MAGA movement. Now, after a MAGA-friendly concert series announced 2026's lineup, two popular rappers are drawing heat for joining the tour. Surprise, dismay, as Nelly Ludacris joined Kid Rock, others for a conservative-leaning festival. Rock the Country, which describes itself as a festival for the people. Festival for the people, okay? Not a festival for MAGA or a festival for conservatives or Trump supporters. A festival for the people. Now, I'm trying to figure out what is wrong with performing in a festival for the people, but apparently you can't do that, right? According to the Blacks. Recently announced the list of artists who will be performing for its 2026 series, which will feature concerts in 8 locations, including Anderson, South Carolina, and Sioux Falls, South Dakota. The New York Times described the 2024 version of the festival as, quote, a vision of the MAGA movement in pure party mode, with shows that felt like Trump rallies without Trump, as in 2024. This year,
the New York Times described it, yeah. The New York Times described it.
The festival is headlined by Trump supporter Kid Rock and includes a number of country and rock artists. However, to perform...
Let me tell you something, Hiram. I wish he would. They will be lined the F up to take them $1,000 pictures. Because, they can forgive Chris Brown with what he did to Rihanna or what they did to each other, however you want to look at it, and fight all the time for him. And the divestors be pissed off because they say this not what you should do because he this, he that. Forgive him. Find a way to pay him $1,000 per photo. But Nelly and Ludacris ain't doing nothing to hurt nobody. They ain't charging you nothing crazy. And you ain't got to go. Because I would never go to this, but that's just me. You don't even have to go, but now y'all gonna try to cancel him. I wish they could pull Chris Brown in. I think he's out of the country, but I wish they could pull him in. I promise you, they're gonna run off at the mouth and still show up. I promise you, if Chris Brown is there.
My names listed on the event's flyer have stood out to me on social media: Ludacris and Nelly. Wow, this sounds fun. This sounds fun. This might be something I'm interested in, right? I may have to go to this, right? It sounds like a fun thing to go to, right? That's what it sounds like to me. Others expressed disappointment. Quote, not...
Well, you're a coon child. You already know that's what they're gonna say. You're white supremacists talking points.
All money is good money. Ludacris, Nelly, I'm not surprised by. Should have thought long and hard before being part of this. One post read, quote, whatever they're offering, he can get tenfold elsewhere. Not worth the PR hassle. These people are such babies, man. Like, imagine being so miserable that you boohoo, whine, and cry, and police who can perform at a concert, right? At a concert, right? How people get their money. Who cares? Apparently, these people care, right? Because again, if you're black, you're not allowed to perform in stuff like this. Given Nelly's performance at Trump's inauguration event last year, much of the criticism is being directed toward Ludacris. Quote, not surprised by Nelly, but you at Ludacris ran one post with a gif of comedian Bernie Mac shaking his head in disappointment. Others offer speculation regarding how the crowd will react to Ludacris and music. Quote, Ludacris gonna be like, quote, what's your fantasy? And the audience gonna be like, a white ethno state read another post. Others put the two artists' participation in this festival in larger perspective, comparing Ludacris and Nelly's inclusion in this festival to other black artists who.
Hey, y'all. So as I stated the other day, Ludacris is no longer doing the Rock the Country tour. Great, pulled out. But what I don't like is this gaslighting they're trying to do right here. This is what's pissing me off. You're trying to say that it was a mix-up and lines got crossed and you were never supposed to be on there.
He caved. He caved. Now I'm disappointed in you, Ludacris. I'm disappointed in you. You caved to the mob.
Let's be clear. White promoters generally don't do the mess where they have people on the flyer that ain't really performing. That's generally reserved for janky ass promoters, and we know black folks love to do that. Have somebody on the flyer, and you know they're not going to be at the event, but they're going to put them on there. White promoters don't tend to do that. This is not a first-time event. Kid Rock has been doing this for a while. There was no lines crossed and mixed up because there should have been no room for lines crossing and mixed up because your first answer should emphatically been no. Why? And they should never even thought to call you. The fact that they called you to participate makes me know they think you with the shits because people that they know ain't with it, they never would have called. Do you think that they called Kendrick Lamar to do that?
So he decided to get out and they still mad. This is all the more reason why you don't, negotiate with terrorists. You do not negotiate with terrorists. The man pulls out, pause. They're still mad. You cannot do anything with people who are unpleasable. You cannot do anything with miserable people. These are the same women that y'all need to leave alone, sassy straights. You imagine being in a relationship with this woman where she mad at you because you decided to go out with the fellas, right? Then hounded you. And then you said, you know what, I'm gonna stay home. Still mad because you thought to even go in the first place. So the rest of the night, hound you. Right? You can't win for losing.
Absolutely not, because they know that he wouldn't even go there. They called you because they figured
92%
you would be in line. And your name got on the flyer because y'all was in negotiations and talks. And then you probably realized, this ain't the best move. And when people started coming from you, you pulled out. And now y'all trying to gaslight us with this was a mix-up. Because you think we're going to fall for this shit. And you think you can just pull that and we'll be like, oh, it was a mix up. And the reality is I'm seeing.
Oh, you think you could just pull that and you thought everything would be everything. See, this is classic. This is classic right here. Okay. First of all, this is definitely the 92% with her. Second of all, it is you do what I say. You do what I tell you to do because your mama black. Say I'm lying. I'm in charge. If you Kevin Samuels, Tariq Nasheed followers don't get behind black women, doesn't seem to change. Can't imagine why there's an issue with relationships. Can't imagine why passport bros exist. I'm still on y'all's asses, okay? Can't imagine why there's all these issues with relationships. These women think that they're in charge of everything. You think they will? You think this woman? Woo! You think this woman is sitting somewhere listening to some man? Yeah, Bueller. You think this woman is sitting somewhere listening to some man? I don't cook, I don't clean, listening to Cardi B. Yeah, that's it. Thank you, quality guy. Never satisfied. You get what you want, you still miserable. Imagine getting what you want. Why don't you just come out here and say, yeah, shout out to Ludacris for doing the right thing. This is what we needed. We proud of you. Now we got to work on Nelly. Nope. This is what you did. I'll tell you that's what you did. That's why they calling you. So that means
white folks say that. Oh, well, maybe he realized. I'm glad that he decided to step out. This is not your business. This is black folks' business because black folks are the one calling him on his shit because we the ones that made him who he is.
Oh no, y'all let that white woman talk down on Luda and Nelly. No, y'all allow that white woman and probably others to talk down on Nelly and Ludacris. Don't change up now because just like with Cam and Donnie and whoever them other two people were in that photo, where they go home to the white people. Don't pick and choose. Don't pick and choose. Y'all be down for whatever as long as allegedly your cause, but y'all don't even know what your causes are. That's why you all over the place and still half damn miserable. You got what you wanted and you're still miserable. Child, it's crazy to see. It's crazy to see. Y'all know why y'all ain't married. Hello. I know why y'all can't be in relationships. Exhibit 5 million.
We the ones that got him there that made y'all want to listen to him. So stay the fuck out of it, please. Don't be giving him no we're happy you pulled out. Because he pulled out, but he never should have pulled in. Okay? He never should have been there to have to pull out. There's no mix up here.
Well, well, well. Ludacris.
He never should have been there. You heard that, right? If you treat the she, Kevin Samuels, men don't get behind, boy. What the women? It's the same thing.
Finally got tired of everybody calling him Chris after 2 days. If you did not know, there's basically going to be a MAGA music festival to celebrate America's birthday all around the country. And the only two rappers on the lineup were Ludacris and Nelly. Now, everybody already knew where Nelly's politics lied, but Ludacris was a shock to see on that list. Now, someone who's from Atlanta,
imagine having to live your life based off of a bunch of people that you don't even know, based off of what your politics are, child. This is as divisive as it can get, but these are the same people that be talking about what allegedly MAGA is doing, but don't see what they're doing in order to destroy their own. Because if anybody thinks that this is the type of shit that gets people to come to your side, child, going down there and see what they got left over there in Baltimore and see if you can afford it.
he all assumed we all knew where he leaned politically, especially since he was on Bill O'Reilly's neck back in the day. He also was supportive of Keisha Lance Bottoms and Stacey Abrams during their election runs. He was very supportive of Obama. So we were all shocked to see him on this damn lineup for a show in Bloomingdale, Georgia. My first reaction was, ain't no way you ran out of Fast and Furious money this early. You've been in 7 of the 10 damn movies. You even got a Funko Pop. Now, his spokesperson said that there was a mix-up.
Another person that shows and proves that they know nothing about money.
About his involvement. His rep saying lines got crossed and he wasn't supposed to be on day. I find it hard to believe because music festival lineups are set up months in advance. The diehard day ones they're going to support. However, the way rappers are showing their MAGA Republican hands, he's going to have to do some massive PR cleanup. Probably have to go on Tamron Hall to fix it. It was an apology to the city of Atlanta because to think that you're going to go to Bloomingdale.
So now the thing you got to do, y'all, is to go on Tamron Hall to fix shit. Who the fuck is watching her? No offense against Tamron Hall. I ain't got no issues with her. But now the thing is to go on to Tamron Hall in order to fix your life with the blacks. I ain't never heard a bunch of people run off at the mouth about so much and don't own shit.
Bloomingdale, Georgia to put this on.
Yeah, so cancel culture strikes again. Okay, you had the woke revolutionaries, black liberals, the pro-black mob got upset because Ludacris, as a black artist, decided to perform at a MAGA music festival, and then he ended up dropping out, right? He ended up folding to the mob, right? He folded to the mob. That's exactly what he did.
Who listens to most of the rap music? Let's be honest right now, okay? Who listens to most of the rap music? I wonder why they would invite 2 rappers. I don't know.
Now, I have lost respect for Ludacris for doing this, and the reason why is because it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. Okay.
Thank you, MBD, for reminding me that Tamron is also married to a white man. I tell you, the hypocrisy around this bitch abounds. Racism, white supremacy, but that's okay that you're married to a white. That's okay that you're married to a white. That's okay that you're married to a white. Oh no, you can't be married to a white, and you can't be married to a white, and you can't do this concert, and we already know about Nelly, but you can't do this, and you can't do that. You can't do this. These people think they own y'all. These people think that they own y'all. Not that y'all don't already know that. I'm talking to black sassy straights right now. And then we'll sit up here and say that you are the problem and the reasons why that they can't get married, not be in a relationship because of what y'all are doing. But they're running people away every day doing shit like this. And just like BCP just said, it's damned if you do and damned if you don't. So you might as well do what you want to do, right? They ain't going to ever see it because it's not changing. It's getting worse and worse and worse now based off of Trump. You think that at the end of the day, I mean, honestly, people that have money, people on these levels, they probably do vote Republican anyway because of the fact that they have so much money. And those are the policies that will keep more money in their pocket. They probably, odds are that they'll be in people's faces saying one thing and go behind that curtain and do something completely different. I promise you. These people swear they know so much. They swear they know so much. And I'm specifically only talking about the famous people right now. The people they idolize, those celebrities and shit, regardless of what they do. It behooves them to keep more of their money if they voted Republican. And these are the people that's begging the government to take care of them and give them shit and forgive their student loans and all this shit, but gonna sit up here and try to have an issue with Nelly and Ludacris for taking care of their families the way they're supposed to, mind you, because they are performers. But they're only supposed to perform for Black. Well, imagine deciding that you're only going to get your money from Black people. How y'all think that's going to work out? There's such a thing as crossing over. Michael Jackson did it. Whitney Houston did it. Because if you want to expand, if you want to grow and you want to have more, you can't stay with the Negroes the whole damn time. You have to cross over. Y'all don't mind the crossover when all the white boys want to come and buy them damn shoes and them damn sneakers. Y'all ain't got a problem when the white boys want to come and watch these rap concerts and go to these rap concerts and things of that nature. Y'all ain't got no problem with that. But when it's time to reciprocate, when it's time to go back over, when it's time for your artists, the people that you care for, the Blacks that you care for, that you want to make sure that they have generational wealth to take care of their livelihood, take care of their families and stuff. When it's time for them to go get it, then all of a sudden y'all want to put a halt to it because it don't pass your smell test. I'm disappointed in Snoop and I'm disappointed in Ludacris for caving to people that, one, don't give a damn about you. They just want to control you. And two, ain't going to contribute to make your livelihood no better. Because I'm telling you that other thing with that fresh and what is it called? The movies, child. Fast and Furious. That's a crossover. That's a crossover franchise. So it crosses over not only here to United States, but over there in Asia and shit. So y'all mad that they're helping to put food on the table for Luda and somebody had said Tyrese even? Because Tyrese's money probably does mostly come from that because it certainly ain't from them Coca-Cola commercials from way back in the day or whatever brand that it was. No shade against his music, but y'all white people ain't listening to Tyrese's music. No shade. But they watching that damn Fast and Furious movie. The Asians are watching that damn Fast and the Furious movie. International, thank you, boo. Internationally crossed over. I tell you, the more things change, the more they stay the same, child. Keep caving to people that don't mean you well at the end of the day. It's just control. They just like to know that they can allegedly control someone. And I hope your wife got in your ass. Honestly. Hope your wife got in your ass. Even though it's not her business, but it's family decisions, right? You make family decisions monetarily. Because if it's okay for all these other people that y'all continue to make rich, Amazon, Target, I don't care what y'all say, Walmart, all that shit that's owned by white people, y'all still going. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all still patronizing. Y'all still going. They still making money. Apple, Tim Cook, and whatever else y'all got. Yo, y'all can do that, but you think you get to tell Ludacris what to do. Anyway, that's it. That's all. I've had enough. It's time for me to lay my neck. It's 9 o'clock. EST. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everyone that donated today. Lawrence, Reaper, everybody. Appreciate you. Hit the like button for me. This is it for tonight. I'm going into the office tomorrow. I might take a break tomorrow. Oh no, I got to get a nap tomorrow. Got to get a nap tomorrow. Maybe I'll do lunch because we got to see what 5150 do tomorrow. That's what's on tap. All right. Y'all, please make sure you hit the like button for me. Subscribe if you are new. I see you all in the next one.